Discovery.
I've lost my train of thought completely.
Take two.
Take two. Edit that one out. Hello and welcome to Cutting Through the Ball in the Post-Truth Apocalypse. I'm Ben. I'm joined by Gaz.
Hello.
And Mike.
Good day.
And today we're going to talk about the so-called Mandela Effect, allegedly.
Right at the top of the show, I feel it's necessary that I get something out of my system.
Yeah.
Today we are going to talk about Mandela Effect.
I'm
That's
practically
it,
making
done.
wrong sign language as well.
It's done, it's out, it's gone. That's the end of it.
It is named after Nelson Mandela.
Yes.
Yeah, because some woman couldn't decide whether she remembered something wrong. Alright, never mind, we'll get to that.
We'll get there.
We'll get to that. Also, we would have to wish Mike a happy birthday because
yes.
the 17th. It's the 17th on the day of recording, and your birthday was the
2 days ago.
15th. Then
Yeah.
you made me work that out.
Trying to keep you sharp, Ben.
So yeah, happy birthday.
Thank you very much.
Happy birthday.
Cheers, guys.
So, do we have any
strange
any
news?
weird news at the top? I've got one news story, but do you want to go first, Mike?
Yeah, I've got a
Enjoy
few.
yours.
Man cements microwave to head in Wolverhampton.
Oh no!
I would do that if I lived in
Do
Wolverhampton.
you know who these guys are? They're quite famous YouTube pranksters based in the Wolverhampton, Dudley areas.
Which is near us.
Near us, yeah. They're local celebrities, really. But this prank, they do jackass-style pranks to the extreme, but this one went fucking wrong. So, do you want to explain it, Mike?
Yeah, an internet prankster
I like how prankster is in quotation marks.
Yes.
had to be freed by firefighters after cementing his head inside a microwave oven.
Jesus Christ.
West Midlands Fire Service said it took an hour to free the man after they were called to a house in Ford Houses, Wolverhampton. Friends had managed to feed an air tube into the 22-year-old's mouth to help him breathe.
Well, that was nice of him at least.
Well,
I was wondering how he was breathing at this point.
Oh, God.
If you search online, there are some fantastic photographs of a man with a microwave on his head.
Can I see that photo, please?
And I'm sure if you were to find them...
Fantastic.
I can't think of their name now, but if you were to find them on their YouTube channel, I'm sure you can watch the entire thing. They had mixed 7 bags of polyfiller, which they then poured around his head, which was protected by a plastic bag inside the microwave. Oh my lord. By the time we were called, they'd already been trying to free him for an hour and a half. All of the group involved were very apologetic, but this was clearly a call-out which might have prevented us from helping someone else in genuine accidental need. So,
Or any kind of need, really.
yeah, so firemen good, internet pranksters bad. Although, to be perfectly honest, this is probably going to do wonders for their hit count.
Oh, yeah.
National coverage this has got. This is what site's this? BBC.co.uk. So our local celebrities are getting national coverage for being absolute tools, wasting emergency services time, and they'll be rewarded by
Some kind of advertising deal, probably.
advertising revenue.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh well, nobody
Like a shit
died.
version of Jackass.
Yeah, basically jackass with black country accents.
Sort of
basically.
really flogging a dead horse to death, isn't it? Because, I mean, Jackass kind of stopped being funny quite a long time ago.
I don't know. I love Jackass, but I don't want to watch anyone else doing it.
I don't
thing
know,
is,
the
it's
Welshmen were quite good.
What were they
Dirty
called?
Sanchez?
Yes, Pritchard. Yeah, they were quite funny, weren't they?
Yeah, but they were also...
But it's because they were Welsh.
Yeah, but they used to put their balls over snooker pockets. and
What's wrong with that?
crack snooker balls out of their testicles. That fucking hurt.
Yeah, that is mental.
Yeah, I've seen meat in nettles, things like that.
Exactly,
yeah.
you know, it's like they were just bored Welshmen living in a valley. That was their gimmick, wasn't it?
Yeah, what a gimmick.
Alright, what's next then?
Excuse me.
What we got?
Okay, EastEnders Pat Butcher admits to using cannabis for pain relief every day and calls for its legislation.
Well, if Pat Butcher's behind it, then so am I.
Thank goodness.
For any non-English listeners, she is a famous soap star that was in one soap for 26 years.
EastEnders she was in.
And
Which, Mike, you like EastEnders, or you
I
did?
used to like
I used to have half a night sometimes, come round to play Champo.
Mm.
Can't do anything, Ben EastEnders is on.
Gotta wait till it's finished.
Wait, it's finished.
Well, should we explain that she's a character? She's an old lady, or an older lady character.
She's 75 now.
75 years old. So this is a bit like for our American, because this week in the stats we had more listens in America than we did the UK. So
And
I
we
feel like-
reached 1,000 listens.
hey!
Hey!
So I feel
This
like
week.
we need to acknowledge that. Sort of explain things. So Pat Butcher, it's a bit like finding out that the UK's Nan.
Yeah.
UK's collective television Nan.
It's a dope fiend.
Yes. Let's come out and say, but this is, I've already had, this has got real world benefits. I have already had this joke with my elderly, well, she's not elderly, sorry mum, she's nearly 70. But I've literally said, like, did you see that Pat Butcher documentary, mum? And she's like, yes. And I'm like, if it's alright with Pat, then it must be alright with me. I told you it's medicine. And she's like, well, just because one lady, I'm like, Pat Butcher,
Yeah,
man.
it's the Pat.
It's just about changing people's perceptions, and I think it's a good story. They did a series on ITV where it was Pat Butcher, John Fashanu, ex-England footballer, Christopher Biggins.
Did they get Biggins?
Yeah, I swear to God, he pulled a whiting with Bobby George, the dance player. It was the most amazing series.
It sounds like a fever dream.
Hang on. Did Fashanu play for England?
He did 2 caps.
Oh, right. Sorry.
He was terrible.
Yeah.
So didn't we were talking about gladiators earlier?
Oh.
He was the presenter, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he was with Eureka.
Ulrika,
To give her a full
Yeah.
name, yeah. So,
Yeah, but Pat Butcher and Christopher Biggins getting stoned on TV is just the best thing ever.
Well,
on a serious note, though, this is a good thing for us as
Yeah, it
weed
is.
smokers. This is a very mainstream celebrity,
she
coming
may be
out.
75, but she's
Yeah.
still mainstream and current.
That's
Everyone
it.
knows Pat.
And she's not talking about. She's calling for its legalisation for medicinal reasons, for pain
She
relief.
takes it
and-
now because the CBD element has been legalised in the UK now.
Fantastic.
And it is important because, there's people in severe pain. My neighbour, he can barely walk, he must be in his 80s.
Yeah.
He says he's tried all the painkillers and they don't do any good.
But we.
He doesn't want to try it. No, he hasn't.
He hasn't tried it yet.
No, he hasn't tried it. He won't take morphine because he's known people who've taken it and have died.
Yeah. Whereas some weed oil would be fantastic
Well, yeah.
for him, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. What would you say?
Or we could start growing it and sell it to him.
That's very true. Well, we didn't just say that.
No, no, we didn't.
Would you say we use it medicinally or recreationally or both?
Low from
Or
column A, low from
habitually?
column B. It numbs my mental pain. Does that count? It numbs the fact that I've had a shit day at work.
Well, I've got glaucoma of the third eye. Does the trick.
Oh, man. So, God bless Pat Butcher.
Yeah,
then.
yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
I've got one more. Dwarf stripper gets bride to be pregnant on a hen night.
Oh, fantastic. Fair play to him, that's what I say.
It's actually quite an old article, 2014, I've just noticed.
Oh, man.
Oh,
Still worth putting out.
A bride to be had to confess to having sex with a dwarf stripper on a hen night when she gave birth to a child with dwarfism. It was only when the baby was born that her husband discovered the fling.
Oh,
man.
man, that's great. That's great.
Did he have a normal sized penis?
Who
Didn't
knows?
say.
I don't think he's going to go that far into it.
It didn't say. Oh, well. These things are important.
Once she had her son in her arms, she broke down and confessed what had happened. As you can imagine, no one that sleeps with a stripper at a hen night broadcasts it. Or at least they tried to take the secret to the grave. The Daily Mail quoted a dwarf stripper as saying, "I know colleagues working at a Valencia, but I'm not aware of any of them getting involved in something like this."
Why you quote it if he's not actually confirming anything?
It's to fill up word space.
Oh, well, I mean, fair play to the guy, that's what I say.
Okay. Have you got one, Ben?
Yeah, is it on the computer, Mike?
'Cause I've only got one.
We'll have to
We'll
pause
go
it here
for
because I
Ben's
didn't get it for you.
Do you want me to read mine? While you're
Yeah,
doing
go on
that
then. That's a good idea.
Okay. Scientists inject thoughts and information directly into a monkey's brain.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
It's the beginning of the fucking end.
Planet of the Apes, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, haven't they seen it?
Don't they read comics? So, brains are very strange things. Despite their sense of self-importance, they're really just a bunch of fiddly wiring, meaning all our thoughts and perceptions are just electrochemical reactions. Exploring that idea, 2 scientists and 2 rhesus monkeys have shown how it's possible to, quote-unquote, inject information directly into the brain's premotor cortex using a light zap of electricity. It's still early stages for the research, but in theory, it has some big implications for the development of brain-computer interfaces. Why are they interfacing brains and computers?
3 words, rat, monkey, hive mind.
You mean the monkeys and the rats are going to form an alliance
I think
against
so.
us?
I can't tell if it's 3 words or 4 words till I say
Yeah.
it. Hasta la vista, baby. I mean, it's why?
It's dangerous!
Don't they fucking watch science fiction? Don't they? I mean,
You'd think scientists of all people would watch science fiction.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. It is going to be cool to control my robot body using my mind.
Yeah. But after Jesus has beat the shit out of you, it'll be completely replaced by cybernetics.
Fuck him.
Fist of Jesus.
I'll fist him.
Actually, did you see that trailer for Fist of Jesus?
I
It was
repeat-
fantastic. It was a zombie film starring Jesus.
I repeat what I said to you in that thread, Ben, when Ben sent me a link to the zombie movie Jesus and intonated that Jesus would kick my ass. I said I'd beat the shit out of him and then make love to his nail holes. Fuck him. So anyway. Yeah.
Speaking of Jesus, I had a sausage roll from Greg's.
Hey!
It was cold.
So, bastard.
Yeah.
Did you ask?
No.
So, I just think injecting things, it's just this, it's all, when we were children, this would have been beyond, this was pure science fiction. Now, we are in the stages where, yes, they are actively researching how to interface brains with computers. We're becoming one with machines. It's the beginning of the next stage of technological evolution.
And human evolution.
Robopocalypse.
Yeah.
So let's enjoy it while it lasts.
Yeah. I've got some bad news for you on the enjoying it front.
Oh no.
In my term, my weird news.
Okay.
This is a woman who will never go back to men after having sex with 20 ghosts.
The dirty slag.
This is the story of.
Amethyst Realm.
That's not her name. I thought that was like a
It
company.
says
I read Amethyst Realm and thought, nah, that must be like Sushi Works
Isn't
for or
it
something.
Amethyst, not like
Amethyst. She's called Amethyst Realm.
Amethyst.
And she's
got
from
fisted by a ghost.
Bristol in the UK, and she claims to have had sex with 20 different ghosts in the past 12 years, and they're better than the men they used to be in the bedroom.
So she knew them when they were alive.
Did she kill them?
I'm presuming that they were men at some point, so they're ghosts now.
So she shagged them when they were alive.
No.
Them...
They're just ghosts. She's saying they're better than men, but they were men at some point.
I
So
see.
presumably once you die, you get better in bed.
It's hope for us all yet.
That is a real insult, isn't it?
Yeah.
Your sexual skills will improve no end when you die. When you leave this mortal coil.
She's a spiritual guidance counsellor. That means basically she's a fucking new age hippie, homeopathic.
She's an asshole.
Fucking spirit stones, auras.
Is she in the reggae
yeah.
box?
She is very firmly entrenched in the reggae box.
She's got a spirit animal. And everything.
Yeah.
I've had experience with grown adults looking me in the eye, telling me they've met their spirit animals and had visions and things. People do. But again, for our American listeners, she's from a place called Bristol in England. So not only does she fuck ghosts, but she talks like. Is there any quotes from her in this article?
Yeah,
Oh, here
there
we
is.
go. Can you scroll down slightly for me, Mike? Just to this big quote here.
Yeah, well I can see. Oh shit.
Oh, no.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Mike.
Technical difficulties.
Controlling a fucking
standing
knife.
by. So, yeah.
Maybe we do need human-computer interface.
She's from Bristol, so she will talk like this, and this is a direct quote. It started as an energy, then became physical. There were pressure on me thighs and breath on my neck. I just always felt safe. I had sex with the ghost. Fucking idiot. She smells like a fucking hippie shop, I guarantee it. I don't like her. I don't like her.
She's not the kind of person I'll be able to spend 5 minutes with talking about, because she's going to mention that she's not only had sex with ghosts, but she's going to mention about my aura and my chi, and then try and sell me some pretty little stones to put in my pocket.
Yes.
Probably wave some burning sage at me, and I'm just going to end up telling her to fuck off.
But I think you're missing a trick here.
What, kill myself so I can be better in bed?
No. If there's male ghosts wanting sex, there's got to be female ghosts wanting sex.
Yeah, but Mike, we know it's bullshit.
Yeah.
Don't tease yourself.
I actually thought there might be hope for me,
Yeah. See, the thing is, she's a lunatic.
Here, Mike, do you want to come and fuck some ghosts with me?
Can you scroll down a bit more? We'll finish off the article. It's although she could never see the ghost, she claims that she could definitely feel it. And she had an affair with the spirit for 3 years until her partner caught her in the act. She's then moved on to other ghosts and has even looked into the possibility of phantom pregnancies. So this woman thinks she wants to have sex with she can get pregnant by ghosts.
She's going to give birth
She'll give birth to a little sheep with eyes cut out. Yeah. She's a lunatic. Let's move on to the next one.
Oh, God. Fuck me.
Last one. I always like these. This is always a fun topic for me.
Oh, yeah, I saw this. This is nuts.
Yeah. Police appeal for help after man bursts into flames and dies while walking down London Street. For some reason, I find human spontaneous combustion fascinating.
Me too.
It's just like,
me too.
Whenever the missus moans that I'm farting a lot. So, well, if I don't, I could combust and burn the house down and kill the dogs.
That's very true.
And you. Is that what you want?
No.
So...
Well, now you see, I did hear this story, so nobody saw him. People just looked up and saw a man on flames stumbling down the street, and nobody had... So, lots of things could have happened. Could he have walked past a naked flame of some description? Because they said there was no obvious accelerants on his body, so he wasn't, he hadn't bathed in paraffin that morning or used an entire can of Lynx Africa.
He wants the Lynx effect.
Well, he would be fucking flammable after an entire can. So, yeah, I don't know. Do you think he stumbled past some sort of... How many open flames are on a London street?
Which depends which part of London, mate. Most of it's on fire at some point.
Did some arsehole just ride past him on a bike and light him on fire? We don't know, but...
We don't, but still...
Can you imagine looking up, though, being somebody on that London street? Maybe you're in a bistro on an outdoor table, a bit of alfresco
breakfast. If you're in London, you're in a... what's the fucking... petit manger? What's the...
Oh, French is not my strong point.
Oh, there's Pret-a-mange.
Okay.
There's fucking hundreds of them. You're in a McDonald's, mate. I had to fucking walk miles to find a McDonald's in London.
Hey, you better hurry up, kid. This is turning into a Pret-a-mange.
That was exactly it. They were fucking everywhere.
Well,
they're just fancy sandwiches. It's bullshit.
You're having a pret-a-mange.
I'm not having a pret-a-mange.
Right? And you look up and you see like a stuntman in a film.
He's walking down.
A fucking man stumbling, arms in the air, like you've seen in a million films.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, that's gonna stay with you, isn't it? I imagine there was some coming from the flame.
I bet he was probably running. In all fairness. The first thing I'd think was, oh fuck, it's like a dodgy suicide bomb. I think a suicide bomb has gone off right.
And he's trying to fire hug people.
Yeah.
But so you find yourself ablaze.
Right.
What's your plan of action?
Stop,
drop, and roll. See, we knew that, and we're just fucking idiots doing a podcast. Why didn't this man? Sorry, who is he? Who was he?
John Nolan, 70.
He's 70 years old, so he could. He's 70
He's
years
probably
old.
served in the army.
He was Irish, so he was probably...
Oh, IRA, yeah. Oh, sorry.
That's a massive leap.
No, sorry. Well, I said army.
I was going to say a drunk, but...
I don't know which is worse.
We're sorry.
Have we got any Irish listeners? Please don't. I'm going to apologise for all of you.
It's a joke.
Top of the morning to you.
No, we're sorry.
I crossed the leprechaun.
Well, this could be a leprechaun's curse. That is a possibility.
So why didn't he know stop, drop and roll?
Oh, maybe he just never got taught it. I don't know.
Well, I was too busy thinking, why did that cunt set me on fire?
Why did I drink that paraffin and light this morning and then light that fag?
Why did I light a fire? I was doused in paraffin. Why was I trying to impress those kids? Hey kids. In a blaze. We apologise if he has any
No,
family listening.
you two need to apologise for any Irish dishes we have. I'm Birmingham.
Oh, it's all fair game. It's all fair in the apocalypse. Oh, it's the internet, we can say what we want.
Oh, right.
So we had explosive diarrhea.
It was probably just a really bad curry, wasn't it? Fuck me.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Still, I like spontaneous human combustion.
Me too.
Interests
Maybe
me.
it was that. Do you think it is? We'll have to do that episode maybe.
Yeah.
Because I used to be fascinated with that as a kid. There are theories, aren't there, that somehow... But what could create enough... Because the acids in your body apparently are flammable, are they not?
I presume so. I know that
fats.
they're pretty potent. If you have a stomach wound and that acid leaks out, it's pretty nasty.
But
It's-
where did the source of ignition come from?
Maybe it's something like you have to eat, if you eat a certain combination of foods with kept certain things in them, that all combines in the stomach and given it a certain period of time and then creates something.
Maybe when we discussed, I'm not sure which episode now, but obviously we know we've been told there are interdimensional beings here, walking among us, ruling us in the elite. And
The reptilians.
Yes, and they have hologram technology, don't they, to hide? Maybe this is hologram technology gone completely fucking wrong. The battery leaked something, and the dude was on fire.
I bet that's David Icke's fucking take on this.
Saint Ike.
Saint Ike, sorry.
Yeah, so it's unlucky for the man, but again, I feel sorry for the people left behind, the people who had
To watch that.
yeah.
And the police officers who attended.
Yeah, I bet you're a mess after you've been on fire.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he died of burns, so yeah, he's a mess.
Wow.
Right, so,
Nasty.
No,
but just to tie this into the Mandela Effect, and one of the theories for that, we could say that there's a dimension somewhere where everyone's on fire all the time.
and
He's
he
just
fell
stumbled
through.
at that dimension.
And he just stumbled in that dimension.
Yeah, and in this dimension, it's a bit like how Superman has powers on Earth, but on his world he doesn't.
Yeah,
He couldn't live on fire in our dimension. In his dimension, it's fine. Everyone's on fire.
yeah, that's it. It's just a natural way to keep warm.
Yeah, and then he got here, and but wow.
Should we launch into the Mandela Effect?
Let's start something.
So I will give a brief description of what the Mandela Effect is, in quotations from Fiona Broom, whose kind of idea this is. Would you agree? Is everyone concurrent with that?
She coined the term Mandela Effect.
Yeah.
Last time.
The Mandela Effect is what happens when someone has a clear personal memory of something that never happened in this reality. End quote.
Something interesting I found about her on her official website is that to explain her theory, she uses the TV show Sliders.
Yeah, brilliant.
Now,
Brilliant.
well, yeah, great show, but I haven't seen it obviously. But one of the things that I've found since doing this show in my research is people that quote popular culture, like movies and TV shows, instead of, let's say, quoting scientific journals and research papers, they resort to quoting from, it's like the movie The Matrix, or the TV show Sliders.
Or that other fucker the other week, whose article you read out, and it was like, is Agent Smith the one? And he mentioned fucking Lord of the fucking Rings twice. The same fucking metaphor of Lord of the Rings. And no, you're an idiot, move on.
Speaking of Lord of the Rings, Gimli was in Sliders.
Was he?
Yeah.
Wow.
He was a professor,
Was he taller?
obviously.
I don't know who played him.
Someone Davies, is it?
Yeah,
He was in lots of films.
Sorry, I started attacking Fiona.
Would you like a
away.
brief bio of Fiona?
Yeah, give me some info on this Fiona lady.
Fiona Broom is an author and researcher studying topics related to ghosts, fairies, and alternate history, also known as the Mandela Effect.
Fairies!
Yep. She's been a consultant for paranormal TV shows and the stars on them, and is the founder of one of the internet's oldest ghost-related websites. I'll give you the address for that if anyone's particularly interested. If you want to go and read some bullshit, it's called hollowhill.com.
Right.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Basically, yeah. So around 2015, this is one of her hobby websites, but the Mandela Effect sparked international interest.
Mm.
But basically, she makes her money on ghost research.
Ah, bullshit. Playing on people's emotions.
Yeah, just because basically,
She Derek Acora.
in my opinion, this all comes from one woman who couldn't remember whether Nelson Mandela was dead or not.
Well, no. Well, there is, and Mike's probably got something on this because you did the science side, didn't you? There is, isn't there something called? I'm going to get the name wrong. Mass
hysteria?
No, there is a term for people having like collective memory.
I have this.
loss.
This is one of my reasons against.
Confabulation of it.
No, I've got.
Simple.
There's misattribution.
Oh no, there.
Misconception.
God, I should have made notes. No, it's literally a term for like, and they have put research in, like a collective mismemory of something.
Oh, it's just false memory.
Yeah, false memory
I'm
syndrome.
sure it's called confabulation, wasn't it?
I've got it as
That might be
false
the fancy
memory.
word.
Look at the fancy word. You're the scientist.
But she
You're
added
the science officer.
So she's the one who basically. So this idea of we can, as a group of people, misremember something.
Yeah.
But she's the one who's linked it to one specific example, and that being our friend Nelson Mandela. Apparently so. I didn't have this memory. I don't think I had any memory, to be honest. I never really think about him. But a lot of people think that he died in
Doesn't
prison.
you crop up when you're having a cheeky wank?
I like the way you stroke. No,
Do you have a threesome with Mugabe?
what was his wife called?
Winnie,
Winnie.
convicted fraudster and diamond thief.
And so yeah, the fucking collective mismemory is that Nelson Mandela died in prison. Apparently, a lot of people remember it that way, when in reality he left prison, didn't he, and became Prime Minister of South Africa and died quite an old man, didn't he?
90-something fairly recently, yeah.
And Bono was at the funeral, I remember that.
Twat.
Yeah, tosspot. But Miss Fiona says that because so many people in such disparate parts of the world who are not connected to each other, not in contact with each other, all have this collective mismemory, to call it the Mandela Effect. And, am I getting ahead of myself? There are some...
So some do have it and some don't.
Yes,
Yeah.
some people remember it one way, some people remember it how it actually happened. And she's saying that this is a phenomenon, it's not just... It's connected.
It's nothing to do with her just wanting to write an article and get paid then.
Well, you know, she's a deep thinker. She talks to ghosts.
And fairies.
Fairies. Oh God, ghosts. I mean, it's bad enough I've got to accept. No, I'm not going to rant. Fairies. Come on, I don't need to rant about fairies. Anyone listening to this who's still, I mean, they debunked that in fucking Victorian times, didn't they? Grow up. Jesus
So,
Christ.
basically, there you go, Abington. Gaz's opinion. If you believe in fairies and you listen to this podcast, turn it off and fuck off.
Yeah.
Hey, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle believed in fairies.
Yes, Mike, but he believed in a lot of shit.
And he smoked a lot of opium.
Probably smoked a lot of opium too.
He probably was seeing fairies.
But yeah, so how should we do this, Gaz? If you want to give us a few, if you want to give us a,
I'll pepper them through the...
Yeah, if you pepper the
I'll give some
so-called examples through, and then Mike, if you make a point, and then I'll make a point, or you want to do the things for and then the for against, because we're professional, we should have worked this out at the start.
Well, I'll give a couple, because I suppose the Nelson Mandela example is probably one of the bigger ones. That's why it's named after that one, because to me they seem quite small, slight differences that I wouldn't particularly
give a shit about.
Or even noticed. One that we spoke about off air, a Henry VIII portrait.
Yeah.
There's a very famous portrait of Henry VIII painted by Hans Holbein or Holbein. His full name, it was painted by Hans Holbein the Younger, circa 1540. And in the actual picture, there's nothing in the king's right hand. But apparently...
Henry VIII, mate, I guarantee there's something in his right hand. Probably his dick.
But apparently...
Or a decapitated head.
Or a severed head of his former wife.
Holding it up by the hair.
Hey! I don't have a lad, one Henry VIII.
I can still put my dick in your mouth.
No, now we're into Ed Kemper territory. That's
Well, apparently many people remember this portrait. I don't even remember the portrait. portrait, but many people think he has a turkey leg in his right hand as a symbol of the king's comfortable lifestyle and affluence, but that just isn't the case. There's nothing in his right hand. But I can't comment on that one because I didn't know the picture anyway, but apparently it is quite a famous painting. Another brief example, the number of US states. So, the United
50.
States... the United States of America is a federal republic consisting of 50 states, right? So why do so many people recall the United States including 51 or even 52 states? I don't know. Is that the Mandela Effect, or is it America's terrible, shocking education system in certain areas? Does that just show a lack of intelligence on the part of the people they asked? Because if you don't know how many states there are...
I think I read a stat like 13% of Americans don't know where America is.
But we love you Americans because we're more popular there than the UK now.
And
so
I would like to say that just if I refer to Americans as Yanks at any point during this episode, you can call me a limey in return.
It's affectionate.
Yeah.
Very
also
affectionate.
indicates our superior intelligence of using lime to combat scurvy, where all your sailors were full of scurvy. But not the point. You can call me a limey.
You may be thick as shit, but we love you, America.
You can call me Shirley.
You can call me Al.
Hey,
Call me Donald.
So look, these from those couple of examples there, and I've got another bloody 20 of them. These are very brief, slight differences, misremembrances, aren't they? It's not like the Nazis won.
That'd be a more troubling one, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Well, I suppose there are Holocaust deniers, aren't
there
there?
are.
Is that?
That one.
So it seems that me and Ben seem to be leaning on the side of this is just people not remembering things very well. So do we want to get into a bit of the...
It's a bit of the
out
meaty
there
science
theory?
about
There
it.
are some meaty...
Okay.
Miss Fiona...
As you mentioned the Nazis...
Oh!
Yeah. Do you know, ever since the TV series, I read the book The Man in the High Castle?
Yes.
Yeah,
I've
I'm
read
aware of it, but I haven't seen
That is actually where the Nazis actually won the war,
Right.
isn't it?
And the
Yeah.
Japanese.
And the Japanese, they split
Okay.
America down the middle pretty much.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
So I've got a little bit of a Philip K. Dick.
Yeah.
Dick.
Philip Kindred Dick. Yeah, he was a famous... Does anyone else know any more of his works?
Oh, wasn't he the Man in the High Castle?
The Sheeps.
Do Androids Dream of
That's
Electric
it.
Sheep, which
Blade
is Blade
wasn't
Runner.
say Blade Runner, yeah, he was going to do that one.
A Scanner Darkly.
Heard of it. I think that's coming to Netflix soon,
It's a
actually.
good movie.
That's a weird film, isn't it?
Weird, but it's good.
Yeah, it is totally fucking weird. Flow My Tears, The Policeman Said is another famous book. Films that are based on his work, Minority Report,
Yeah.
Total Recall.
One of the few Tom Cruise
Total
films
Recall.
I really, really like is Minority
Yeah,
Report.
Total Recall is a short story.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it is.
I bet you didn't watch Day After... Not Day After Tomorrow. Edge of Tomorrow, though, did you?
Not yet.
No,
It's on my list. I will give it a go. I'll be open about it. Open-minded, sorry. Sorry, Mike.
The Adjustment Bureau.
I've seen that.
I
That's a
haven't
weird
seen
film.
Yeah.
Have you seen it, Mike?
So is it Ethan Hawke, is it?
No, it's Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
Oh, yeah, that's it, yeah.
It was just strange. A
Yeah,
very
it was.
strange film.
It was good, though, wasn't it?
I enjoyed it, but I felt weird when it ended. I felt
Yeah.
unsure. I was like, oh, very strange film.
Screamers.
Oh, that's so good.
Anyone seen that?
I've heard of it.
Peter Weller.
Oh, I love him.
Yeah.
I've heard of that.
No.
I've never seen it. I've heard
Yeah,
of
it's
it.
a great film.
So, yeah.
Screamers 2, not so good.
So how does Mr. K. Dick tie into the man? I nearly did it.
Okay.
Right? The Mandela Effect.
This is an interview that he gave at a press conference in Metz in France in 1977.
Okay. Well, I like how he's abbreviated to PKD.
Yeah. Yeah, PKD.
Yeah.
That's what he did.
Yeah.
Okay.
The subject of this speech is a topic which has been discovered recently and which may not exist at all. I may be talking about something that does not exist. Therefore, I'm free to say everything or nothing. I, in my stories and novels, often write about counterfeit worlds, semi-real worlds, as well as deranged private worlds, inhabited often by just one person, while meantime the other characters either remain in their own worlds throughout or are somehow drawn into one of the peculiar ones. This theme occurs in the corpus of my 27 years of writing. At no time did I have a theoretical or conscious explanation for my preoccupation with these pluriform pseudo-worlds, but now I think I understand. What I was sensing was the manifold of partially actualized realities lying tangent to what evidently is the most actualized one, the one which the majority of us, by consensus gentium, agree on. Later that day, back home again, but still deeply under the influence of the sodium pentothal, I had a short, acute flash of recovered memory. Then, in mid-March, a month later, the total body of memories, intact and entire, began to return. You are free to believe me or to disbelieve, but please take my word on it that I am not joking. This is very serious, a matter of importance. At that time, I had no idea what I was seeing. It resembled nothing that I had ever heard described. It resembled plasmic energy. It had colors. It moved fast. It collected and then dispersed. But what it was, what he was, I am not sure even now. In other words, it's a common theme in my writing that a dark-haired girl shows up at the door of the protagonist and tells him that his world is delusional, that there's something false about it. Well, this did finally happen to me. I even knew that her hair would be black. I had an actual complete sense of what she would look like and what she would say. She did appear, she was a total stranger, and she did inform me of this fact, that some of my fictional works were in a literal sense true. I wrote out these dreams in novel after novel, story after story. To name two in which this prior ugly present obtained most clearly, I cite The Man in the High Castle and my 1974 novel about the U.S. as a police state called Flow My Tears, the Policeman Said. I'm going to be very candid with you. I wrote both novels based on fragmentary residual memories of such a horrid slave state world. People claim to remember past lives. I claim to remember a different, very different present life. I know of no one who has ever made this claim before, but I rather suspect that my experience is not unique. What perhaps is unique is the fact that I am willing to talk about it. We are living in a computer-programmed reality, and the only clue we have to it is when some variable is changed and some alteration in our reality occurs. We would have the overwhelming impression that we were reliving the present, déjà vu, perhaps in precisely the same way, hearing the same words, saying the same words. I submit that these impressions are valid and significant, and I will even say this: such an impression is a clue that at some past time point a variable was changed, reprogrammed as it were, and that because of this an alternative world branched off.
Well, can I be honest? The first half of that was just him saying words to me.
Okay, it was a bit long. I apologise for the length, but I thought it was important.
It was just
Okay.
he was just saying words. He was just going random words,
No, he wasn't.
and then at the end of it, he was
I
like,
bet
"Oh,
you."
by the way, yeah, I had some dreams, and I think that my novels are based on them and their memories." That's what he said. That was
That's
something.
your
that
take on it then.
Yeah.
What's your take, Gaz?
And as a science fiction writer, he's probably taken a lot of drugs.
Oh yeah, he's taking
Yes, I'm about. You know, he's a very. He had openly admitted in that interview, didn't he, to taking.
He's on sodium pentothal, yeah. So that's truth serum, isn't it?
Well, is this one of the first cases of? Because this looks to me to be around the 70s. Is it?
77.
So was he one of the first people to publicly talk about simulation theory? He's talking about
no.
us living in a freaking.
The first one was actually Schrödinger in 1952 in Dublin.
But this is a very popular, best-selling science fiction author at a freaking science fiction convention, telling everyone that they live in a computer simulation in 1977. They're all like, "We want to talk about laser swords. We just saw Star Wars and A New Hope," and he's like, "We're fucked." And it's interesting. I think we can see there's a little bit of inspiration the Matrix may have taken from this interview, where he talks about deja vu being a sign of someone messing with the system.
You can see the Wachowski sisters watching all this.
Definitely. I imagine that this video has probably been shared a lot amongst the sort of conspiracy. Well, this definitely ties into the Mandela, because there is 2 layers to this subject, the Mandela Effect. There's where we can take the piss out of it on the surface. Do people remember it being the Bearstein Bears when it's the Berenstain Bears? And people remember the Queen song having an extra line.
Which one was that?
But I know why it happens though. A lot of people think, and there are videos of it, it's quite funny fucking with people. When you listen to We Are the Champions, everyone thinks it goes, of the world. It doesn't
it?
On the rep. But it does on the live version that everyone's seen. And it's programmed in us that of the world bit. But it never comes in the actual recording. There's that level where you can just say, oh, you know, it's silly things people remember differently. But then you get into this, and we're into simulation theory now, and multiverse and all that. And that's all heavy, quite sciencey stuff, isn't it? I thought that was quite fascinating. But yeah, I do think there's some truth to what you said, Ben. He's clearly, he's convinced that these books have come from alternate realities and that we're in a simulation. But that is, I agree, probably because he spent a lot of time alone, very, very high, inconceivably high.
Yeah.
On some very good shit.
But it still doesn't make him wrong.
No.
No, I mean the drugs could have unlocked some kind of third eye to see that.
And there are a lot of people who believe that ayahuasca and DMT, that is what's happening. That you are being given the keys to alternate dimensions and consciousnesses.
Where are you two popping off to the rainforest for the ayahuasca?
If you could bring it to me, I'd do it here in the flat. I'm not doing it in the fucking jungle.
I want to do it with a proper witch doctor.
Yeah, well, if you could get him here.
Mike, you better set off.
Right.
Yeah, but the problem is,
listeners,
you don't want me to
Patreon
do it. Yeah, if you could get a witch doctor
Go fund me.
Yeah.
Right, Mike. To
No,
the rainforest.
We've got to go there.
But you don't want me to do it in your flat, because one of the things you have to do before the ayahuasca is like a purging of your body, where you will just literally shit and puke, diarrhea and puke for about 24 hours to completely empty your system. I don't think you want me doing that in the flat.
We'll go to the forest.
Well, can we just do it in the
no,
local
because I'm going to dig
forest?
holes for it then.
I just want to be... They always say when it comes to hallucinogenics, the advice to taking them, even mushrooms, the most important thing is set and setting. So where you do it, how comfortable you are, who you're around, is incredibly important to whether the trip goes
You don't want to do it naked on the tube.
No. So to me though, a foreign jungle.
Right, pop is a massive.
But don't you think a foreign jungle
with
in South
spiders
America,
as big as your fucking head,
is a really bad place to do the most powerful hallucinogenic known to fucking man? It would be much better in a comfy flat.
Okay, we'll hire an armed guard to shoot anything that enters the hook.
Any American listeners want to shoot spiders for me with a machine gun?
But I'm with Gaz. You go, we'll set up a GoFundMe page.
Yeah.
You go to the rainforest, bring it back.
I'll never return, you know that.
We'll carry on in your absence.
Just post me some.
Yeah, we'll send you you can send in. We can ring you up on satellite phone. We can Skype you. Right, we'll have you live on the show.
I'm up for it.
Yeah.
Right then.
So when you're sat there being attacked by cannibals in the rainforest,
sitting in a big pot. You sure this is how it is done?
Having the worst trip of your life.
Right, bring it back and we'll all take it and we'll see if our mind's open.
I think we should just stick to the weed.
Yeah, that's true. So do I.
It's better for podcasting. I don't want to listen to the ayahuasca episode. Just the three of us go, get it off me! Get it off my skin!
Purging our demons. You want to hear Mike purge his demons?
GoFundMe, we'll set it up.
So back to the subject. Do you want to
Multiverse.
have you got some
you
stuff
mentioned
then?
multiverse.
Yes.
Multiverse, I thought a previous episode, go and check it out. It's very funny.
Yeah.
Okay, you can do a test to prove that the multiverse is correct.
Hello.
Yeah.
Alright.
We can do it now.
Alright.
If you shine a light through a hole in the card,
Okay.
yeah, you'll find the image, the back through the hole, is distorted. Okay.
Right. Makes sense.
You shine a light through many holes.
I'm afraid to cut a hole in anything in case Gaz tries to have sex with it.
I was just about to say, I've shown a few.
It's a tiny pinprick.
Hey,
In case Gaz tries to have sex with it.
that was uncalled for, Mike.
Double entendre.
You stick to the science and stop insulting my love muscles.
Okay, if you shine a light through many holes in the card, each time it is different image, a distorted image, it comes back. Therefore, something from parallel universes must be interfering with the image. This is according to Dr. David Deutsch.
Dr. David German.
I'm not sure I followed that, and I really tried to.
I kind of get what he's saying. If you were to get a piece of paper and put a lot of pinpricks in it, right, and then shine a torch through it onto a white wall, white wall, then each of the dots displayed on the wall will be slightly bigger and out of focus.
It'll be distorted.
It'll be distorted.
So if you shine through one hole, it'll be distorted. Shine through two, you'll see a new pattern.
Yeah.
Three, it'll be a completely different pattern.
How does that prove that there are multiple?
Yeah, that just shows that light's getting distorted.
Well, this is what he's saying.
Okay.
The light, if you shine a light through a piece of card, the light should be exactly the same as it is on the back, shouldn't it?
Yeah,
it's
but
not. It's a distorted image. Therefore,
'Cause
something is interfering with it.
Yeah, the fucking cardboard that
Yeah.
you're holding in front of me.
Because it's just a hole, isn't it?
He's either operating on another level apart that I can't comprehend.
That's very possible.
Or
me, sorry. I wasn't just insulting you. I meant collectively this is above us.
Yeah.
Right.
Or he's a very bored doctor who's full of shit.
Right, I'll try and explain it a bit better with what he says here.
Okay.
Okay, different copies of our universe exist. Some of these copies are identical to us, and there are other universes very similar to ours that differ in the position of only one atom somewhere. Those universes are interfering with ours and producing interference effects. There are others that are very different, and the interference is so small we'll never be able to see them, but they perform part of the explanation of the things we do see. All of our copies of us in other universes are identical, and when a moment of choice happens, both microscopically and one made by you consciously, these identical copies then become different from one another.
So, every time you make a choice, like you continue with your choice, but somewhere in some other reality, it was exactly the same up until that choice.
Yeah.
And then
It
the other
branches
choice branched off, and for every choice you've ever made, so there's infinite,
Yeah.
and all that's going on. A bit like in.
But then he says the
Red Dwarf.
universes don't
Yeah.
split from one another, but we're already there.
Right, but this is what I was confusing me earlier when I was trying to think about this. So they're saying that the Mandela Effect, some people are experiencing echoes from another world, or they've somehow shifted over from another reality or dimension. How can I exist in the same reality as someone who's in a different reality? Just am I making any sense?
Yeah. Do you want to hear this guy perplex a Dutchman on this exact topic?
Well, he's Dutch, so
Is he crazy sexy and
I'm
Dutch?
going to construct a marijuana cigarette while you hit me with this, because this
Okay.
sounds like it's going to be heavy.
Yeah, it is a bit.
How heavy and for how long?
It's only a couple of minutes.
Why, do you need to piss?
Potentially.
Because we all know that hardcore philosophy and a full bladder do not mix.
No,
Ben.
they don't. I think it
If
might
you end
be
up weighing
wise.
yourself.
Okay, yeah, go for a
Wait,
piss.
well,
We'll
okay.
pause it, then we'll get heavy. And we're back.
We're back from the piss break.
Bladders are empty.
And I'm going to be hit
Brains
by...
are open. Come on, Ben.
Okay, I'm going to try this.
So this is, what is it, Mike?
This
Do you
is
want to
Dr.
introduce it?
David Deutsch perplexing a Dutchman on this topic.
So is he going to explain to me, because my
What was your
question was,
question, yeah?
it's like, how can I live in this reality, but you could be experiencing
Yeah.
a different one? So,
This should explain it,
okay.
I hope.
Remember who you're speaking to.
We might have to... How loud is it? Press play. Make it as loud as you can, right?
How do I know in which universe I am? Or how do I even know who I am, what I am, if there are multiple copies of me? That is the same question that one of a pair of identical twins might say if there are two identical twins called Joe and Jack. And Joe might ask, well, why am I Joe and him Jack? Well, the answer is, if you were Jack and he was Joe, you'd still be asking this question. The thing is, the fact of the matter matter is there are two of you, and they are identical, or they were identical until they started to become different by having different things happen to them. And it's the same with you and your counterparts in other universes. They start off identical. When they're identical, it doesn't make any difference whether you call them one copy of you or several. But then when they start becoming different, it is worth calling them different versions of you, slightly different versions. Some of them, in more distant parts of the multiverse, will be so different from you that it isn't worth calling them you anymore.
It sounds pretty bizarre, actually.
Oh, it sounds pretty bizarre, actually. I love the Dutch accent.
It's brilliant, isn't it?
I am so fucking confused.
I kind of got that.
Yeah. Did you? Yeah.
I did, yeah. Basically, he's saying that every choice I make, it's played out in another universe, and it's just branches off. That's it. It's just there's another me. It goes. Pop,
But
off
there'll
it
be
goes,
one
but-
that is so different because so much different stuff has happened. It's
Yeah.
not even you can't even really call it
No.
you anymore.
There's, I mean, somewhere there's a really suave, sophisticated Ben sat around drinking from the skull of his enemy, and you know he's having a great time because of the choices I didn't make in my life. He's living that life.
And
Yeah,
there's
but
another
then-
one who's a boneless fish.
But why do we
Who's
remember
that?
But then why does that make us remember the Queen song wrong?
Exactly. This.
Well, they say it's the quantum computers, don't they?
Oh no!
do they now?
Do they? Do they? Oh well, that so it wraps everything up in a neat little package, doesn't it?
That's the word on the grapevine.
I have questions. Who the fuck are they? What the fuck are they talking about?
Yeah.
Oh,
Why are they so qualified to
well,
talk
yeah,
about quantum
Who
computers?
died and made them science buffs?
Yeah, Mike, you're science officer for the show. I mean,
Alright,
are these
so we're
people
gonna-
more qualified than you? I doubt that.
Yeah.
Well, people are saying that since some people blame the Large Hadron Collider.
Oh, you can't blame that. What's
Yeah.
that got to do with
Oh,
anything?
I like that idea though because they've been fucking about that machine. It's like
Yeah.
perturbing the realities
Yeah.
and they're bleeding
Or the
into each
quantum
other.
computer. Now,
That's why my dick's grown exponentially in the last couple of months.
So does anyone know what a quantum computer is?
Is that not something that basically, if you ask it a question, it just gets it from somewhere else immediately, like another dimension?
The answer is
Very close,
42.
yeah.
Energy from other dimensions.
Yeah, it's very long on lines, yeah. Okay. It uses what is known as called qubits, which are quantum bits, okay, to
Okay.
make computations. These are in microchips that are cooled to about 0.0005 Kelvin.
And loads of Kelvin.
Well, 0 Kelvin is absolute zero, so that minus 273 degrees.
Why 273 then?
That's
It's
just-
just the coldest anyone's ever
That's
recorded.
the coldest you can go, yeah.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
even space is that cold.
Oh wow. It's a space. I could get my suntan lotion up there.
Colder than space?
Yeah.
No, I think that's my ex-girlfriend's heart.
Hey, it's the ex-girlfriend joke of the week.
Yay! She was a black hole for joy. Just sucking it in.
Hopefully that's not all she sucked
and
in.
killing it in. Well, yeah. Anyway,
Okay, so this
Maybe
shit
it's
is
50.
cold. This shit is...
it's fucking cold. Colder
Yeah.
than space.
So basically the atoms barely move.
Right.
Yeah, so they can control them and you know, can read them and tell them what to do.
Yeah.
Okay, so in a standard computer, a bit is either 1 or 0, yeah?
Binary, yeah.
In quantum computers, a qubit is both 1 and 0 simultaneously, or not at all.
That's just breaking the fucking system.
Yeah?
You can't be both.
Okay, in
Can
quantum physics...
Well, in this day and age, Ben.
Yeah. Oh, there was a lot, I nearly went down a black hole of gender issues
Yes,
there.
you did be very, very careful. Those numbers are free to be gender fluid if they feel they
Yeah,
need to be.
they can do what they want.
If-
1, 0, don't bother me, mate.
Yeah, if he wants to be a 1, a 0,
that
or
guy
a
from New
blueberry who
Zealand?
rides the back of a unicorn, I don't care. Yeah, a guy
It's
from
that
New
guy
Zealand.
from New Zealand that was on the news and he was talking about gender issues.
What did
No.
he say?
And he was like in a really high pitched voice. He was saying, "I've got no problem with all this," and then he just changed tone instantly.
Oh,
Went, "Well, what we have to really worry about is the crocodiles killing people in the state." Fucking
In the what?
In the state.
Oh, right. Obviously, do you think he was after a crocodile hunting license?
It was mental.
no. Wow. The world is mental at the moment. But
Yeah.
yes, we won't touch. We're not topical, political. We're comedy, so.
I'd just also like to congratulate everyone for not wearing a Christmas jumper this week.
Oh fuck, you'll never see me in a Christmas jumper.
That's the same with me. You owned a Christmas jumper.
It looks like a Christmas jumper, but it's not.
It's a winter jumper, Ben. A winter jumper.
Yeah.
I have a woolly hat with reindeers on it, but it's not Christmas.
It's a Christmas.
themed.
That's a Christmas
It's not,
hat.
It's not Christmas.
It's a Christmas hat. It's
a
got
winter
reindeers
hat.
on
It's
it.
grey. It's muted colours.
I don't know.
It's
You've
not-
got reindeers on it. The connotations are there.
Okay, I admit defeat. So where were we? The Mandela
Okay.
Effect.
Quantum bits are 1 and 0
Oh, yeah.
simultaneously. This happens through something called superposition.
I was
Something-
in a super position this morning.
Something that can be in 2 or more places at once.
Oh, is this that atom that it both exists and doesn't
Yeah.
exist?
Higgs
at the same
Schrodinger's
time?
cat.
It's like blinking in and out of existence.
Isn't that Higgs boson?
There is a particle, isn't there, that both exists and doesn't. And it's nothing to do with the cat.
Yeah, any quantum atom can be in 2 or more places at once. It does this by quantum entanglement, which is 2 or more things that no matter how far away apart they are in time and space, they're still connected.
Alright.
Okay.
My brain's starting to hurt though. A little bit.
Okay.
That's very much like the Jedi's being able to commute. They're connected through vast distances in space. They can still connect mentally.
That's why Yoda falls down when they all get shot.
through quantum entanglement. That's how Leia knows that. Spoilers. Han has been murdered. She feels it because she's force sensitive.
Yeah.
Is the force quantum entanglement?
I guess.
Sweet. Jedi's.
Yeah, this isn't a spoiler, but obviously Luke talks about the Force quite a bit in the new one, and he does sort of explain that it's the energy that binds everything in existence, when it's in everything and everyone, and because we are all sort of made. Oh, I'm really stoned.
We're all made of stardust, man.
No, I wasn't going to go there, but it's like the table and me are made out of the same thing.
Yeah, well, yeah, you're made of carbon.
We're just
so it's
rearranged in a
it's
different
rearranged
way.
atoms. Look at me doing science.
So if I had a really fucked up superpower, the ability to rearrange atoms, I
Or
literally
furniture.
could. I literally could rearrange your atoms and turn you into a morning coffee table. That would be cool. Or turn your arm into a table.
That'd be inconvenient.
Painful.
That'd be inconvenient.
And it would suck for you.
I just have to sit like that all night, wouldn't I? So, oh, fuck's
We'd
sake.
use it as the podcast table.
But I'll be really close to the mic, I'd fuck the sound up.
So hang on, I'm still confused though.
Okay.
If we can get back to this idea of how are us three here experiencing the same reality or not, and how can this be in a different one? How can Ben be experiencing a different? You know, we're all the same. We're the prime universe. We established that.
Sadly, every other Ben, Gaz and Mike sat in the room doing the podcast has just said exactly the same thing.
but they're all mistaken fools.
They're all wankers.
Dicks. They're not the prime us's. So how can me and you be in the same timeline but experiencing different realities? That's
Well,
all
we're
a
not.
bit too
We're
much for me.
experiencing it the same. at the
Yeah, but then
moment.
this Mandela Effect says that the people who remember the bit of the Queen song that goes "of the world" are literally in a different reality.
They're saying some people shift out of it.
But then, so
So-
they're experiencing a different
So
reality
that's
than
that-
me.
Yeah, they've gone into another reality, and someone else has come from another one.
You
They've
know,
crossed over.
You know, I've just had like my brain's hurting a bit. Right? I just had a strange thought,
What's that?
a worrying thought.
Yeah.
What if, like, the Alpha universe, right? It's the perfect
This one?
No. Hang on. The theoretical Alpha
Okay.
universe is the perfect one, and everything after that, all the way down, splitting off into every branch, it just gets shitter and shitter and shitter and shitter and shitter.
Well, look
And
at
where
the life
are
choices I've
we
made.
on that list? What if the Alpha one is where everything's fucking ace? Like, you are the perfect ripped Adonis of yourself.
I fucking am that me!
Like I say, so if you're that perfect ripped Adonis of yourself, right, who's intellectually aware and cultured and is in touch with their feminine side and
I cried.
everything, right?
It's me!
And every version of us down from that, the choices get worse. So
Definitely.
where are we on the scale of shit?
Well, I think we're pretty fucking. I think we're the prime universe. We have to be.
That's just an idea I have.
Okay, so quantum computer, yeah?
Yeah, quantum computers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, quantum computer, it exploits parallel universes. It is using more resources that are available in our universe to do them computations.
And how have we got this now? How
Yeah.
far? So if we've got
this is proper fucking real.
So we have that.
Exists.
This exists, mate.
So if we've got
It
that,
makes
so
a copy of itself in parallel realities.
What?
Yeah. Each copy goes in search of the answer, and then they reconvene to solve it in an instant because they're quantum entangled.
All right then. So basically,
How fucked up is that?
if we've got that already, that just proves everything. The multiverse is real, and this Mandela Effect is just some deluded paranormal research. You're making shit up.
Well,
There we go.
This backs it up. This backs it up, doesn't it? If it's going to other universes and pulling out resources, maybe it's like
How can
shifting
they
the
prove
universe.
that though?
It's
Yeah, but why is it not important stuff then? Why is it, the king? Oh, the Berenstein Bears. Why is it? What was on we had earlier, Gaz?
Say again.
Henry VIII's turkey leg.
Yeah.
Why is it inconsequential stuff? Why isn't it that
Yeah.
I don't know, the Nazis, the German army,
For
World
example,
War I won?
Would you like
Why-
another
why-
example? Why is it things like this? The iconic romantic comedy television series produced by HBO is called Sex and the City.
Yeah.
But many people insist they remember it being called Sex in the City.
Because
That's just because they had sex in the city a lot.
It's because the near universes are the ones that are only a minor change, aren't they? The other ones are
Jif
further
peanut
away.
butter, the leading peanut butter brand in the United States, but many people have an alternate memory of it being called Jiffy peanut butter.
Well, who the fuck? That's the thing. All right, I'm down with you
Yeah.
on the multiverse thing. I kind of get that. I understand. I can see it. All right. But my thing is that the stuff with these people are listing as examples of this, trying to make this a concrete thing. A small-time paranormal researcher and lots of people on the internet, and anyone will say anything on the internet just for a bit of attention.
Two more examples?
Two more examples. Go on. Go on.
Curious George. The
Right.
main protagonist of a series of popular children's books by the same name is a little chimp monkey without a tail. Yet, a lot of people claim to remember seeing him with his tail, using it to swing between trees. Darth Vader's phrase.
Luke, I
The
am your father.
there you go.
Yeah.
The iconic line in the film The Empire Strikes Back where Darth Vader tells Luke Skywalker, "No, I am your father." Is
Yeah.
very often misremembered as, like Mike
Luke,
just
I
said,
am your
Luke.
father.
But these, like we said, these just don't seem vastly important.
No, but this guy is saying that the universes near to us are the ones with only the minor change. So, like, one phrase in a film might be the universe next to ours.
Yeah, but the thing is,
So we're
I
not going to
get-
see like half robot, half cheetah,
No, because
alien
their
beast warriors
universes
from.
are too far away. They branched out a long
Because
time
it'd be
ago.
cool if those sort of things bled
It's the
through.
things that branch out.
Right, I get you. It's the thing, a very minor.
You know, what if
difference.
Bernie Sanders won the election and someone changed it?
But that's a
And
big
Trump-
thing, isn't it?
Yeah, all right. I see where you're coming.
But we wouldn't know because we've shifted with the
We've shifted to go the other way
Yeah.
because Sanders has won in.
yeah.
So Sanders won and Hillary didn't, and then so that shifts us again, and then because Hillary won so Hillary has to win somewhere.
Yeah, what I'm trying to say is the physics is actually behind it.
So
Is actually credible. That's
So-
the fucked up thing about
So
it.
my theory on this is if we have got these quantum computers, then that just basically proves the multiverse is absolutely real.
Yeah, we got 2,000 qubit
Oh wow, I'm
D
chuffed
wave.
now.
And do you know what the D wave guy said? He said,
The who, sorry?
quote, one of the people that work at D wave,
D-wave.
yeah, which is the computer, the quantum computer,
Okay,
which is 2,000 qubits. He said, quote, "It's like standing at an altar of an alien god. When you get close, it feels like a heartbeat."
Wow.
That's fucked up, isn't it?
I'd have a fucking hard on if I stood in front of that. If that's that intense,
Yeah.
I'd be.
Just
I
keep
could
that
hammer
cold.
nails, my friend.
Keep it that cold. It's got a refrigeration bit that
Oh, what are you going in the
apparently
cold
it's like
though?
a heartbeat when you get close and you can feel it. So it's like
Whoa.
This thing's fucking live. you
Could
know?
I press my dick against it and feel that beat?
Hey, that's my line. Well, all I've got to
You
say
can
is...
probably fuck someone in another dimension.
Oh man, I hope they don't put it in the blender dimension.
Could you use this computer to get your cock back from that dimension that you sent it to?
Yeah, because you were quite up for that.
Well, all I can say is my mind is
My dick's in
completely
another
fucked.
dimension. Sounds like a 90s dance song. My dick's in another dimension. My dick's in another dimension. My dick's in another dimension. Dimension.
I just pay close attention. It was all
Yeah.
pay close attention.
My dick's in another dimension.
That was it. Early 90s rave. Oh wow. Oh, brilliant. So I'll go for that. I will go for that. But Gaz, give me another couple of examples.
Well, this is another Star Wars related one, but it's not really a... this is easily explainable, but it's just something none of us ever noticed. C-3PO's leg.
Right.
I put this down to the colour scheme of the film and just the colour palette. Nobody ever notices. C-3PO, I'm not sure which leg it is, but from the knee down, it's silver.
Right.
Like he's just had a replacement
Yeah,
leg.
that's
But
fucked up.
But nobody ever notices it, and then when you show someone a picture of it
Yeah.
and point it out, they go, "What the fuck?" Because how many thousands of times have you looked at 3PO? But trust me, he's got a silver leg from
Yeah.
the knee down
Yeah.
on one leg. But
That's fucked up.
the way it's
I
shot,
don't
you
remember
never
that.
really notice it. It's only from
But-
like set photos and things like that.
But also, when the character is speaking in a film, as in real life, when someone's speaking, you tend to look at their face and upper body.
Yeah, but you get wide shots, didn't
Oh,
you?
Yeah, but you do, but you don't pay attention to it because of someone's
Well, there's a
leg
bit
is
in the
doing.
desert where you can see
And I think
walking.
that's the thing. Yeah, but he's gold, and there's sand behind him.
Yeah, it's something you
So
just don't
you got
really
to look at
notice
the
it.
colour fuck up.
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying it is a bit weird. I don't remember that.
It's a
I always remember
but
being
that's
gold.
easy to explain. Here's a
Well, you know what? Fuck him anyway because he's a shit character. I've always hated
Aw.
C-3PO. And if he doesn't get blown apart in the new one, I won't be happy.
The man in the Tiananmen Square bloke who
Right.
stood in front of the tank.
Yeah.
Did they run him over?
No.
Well, I know that, obviously. But
Yeah.
lots of people apparently remember that as him being run over. But
No.
he wasn't, was he?
That was the point of the protest. That's why it's so famous, because he went in front of the tank and it stopped. There's a
Yeah.
photo of it, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, it's a very famous...
He stood there and the tank is at a halt. The blokes up at
But
the
the
top.
people from the other dimension, they
Yeah, the
see
other
it
dimension,
differently.
China's like the ultimate communist state now, because that bloke in the tank ran that dude over, and just the people went, alright,
Yeah.
do what you want, and that was it. So yeah, there's out there somewhere in another dimension, China is controlling the globe.
Does the Monopoly man wear a monocle?
No.
I always thought he did.
Well done. Apparently lots of people think he did. But that's just something I think... And he doesn't, by the way. But apparently that... I would say that's just something...
They can
a trick
confuse
of
with
the
the
mind.
Mr. Peanuts.
Yeah, and you
Yeah.
would associate that sort of outfit. He does have a top hat and
tails and a
yeah,
cane.
you'd associate that with
Does he
a
have a cane?
monocle. Yeah,
I think he does, doesn't he?
yeah, he's got a
Yeah.
cane. Yeah.
That could be a Mandela Effect, we don't know.
The location of Sri Lanka.
I don't even know where Sri Lanka is.
South of India.
Me neither. I know now because I'm looking at a map. The Mandela Effect also frequently occurs in geography, as many people remember islands, landmasses and countries in alternate locations.
No, that's just
One of
people
the
who are
most-
shit at
it-
geography.
It's just bad education. One of the most common alternate memories is related to Sri Lanka. A lot of people remember this island being located south of India,
Yeah.
not southeast as the maps show.
Oh.
South of it's southeast of India, not south of India. But that's not really that different.
No.
Well, I suppose in terms of location of an island that
Well,
size, it is
It used
different.
to be
But,
called something else. It was called Ceylon.
oh, okay.
So
I didn't know that.
Ceylon, I think. So
Yes,
Ceylon.
you know what? I remember that from playing Risk on
Yes.
the computer.
yes.
On the India map, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, it was a bastard because it had
Yeah.
3 sea lanes going to it, and the Dutch always tried to attack it.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah.
Just like a
Bloody
Kursk.
Dutch.
Thank you, computer games.
Pikachu's tail.
Does he? I don't even know.
Me
red,
neither.
red tip.
But apparently many Pokemon fans remember Pikachu, the most iconic character of the series, having a black tip at the end of his tail. Some of them would draw Pikachu all the time and they would swear he had a black tip at the end of his tail. Well, not in this reality. That I'm literally quoting the article.
Bog off back to your reality.
Yeah, with your black-tailed Pikachu. Fucking sling you up back to your own dimension. The Snow White Queen's phrase.
This is one that.
Most people remember the evil queen in Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs going up to her mirror and saying, "Mirror, mirror on the wall." But if you rewatch any version of the movie, you will discover that this phrase has never been there. The real phrase is actually magic mirror on the wall.
Well, she does some panto, doesn't it? They probably can't use the fucking line, can they? They're really ripping off Snow White. You can't use the original script,
I think it's
can
the
you?
book, not panto, that they're getting confused with.
Oh, whatever.
Well, my favourite...
It's that time of year and I hate pantos.
My favourite version of that phrase is from an episode of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, where Will Smith looks in the mirror and says, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, Jean-Claude Van Damme, I'm fine."
See, why did he use mirror, mirror? Well, it's magic mirror. Everyone knows it's magic mirror.
Well,
Because
not everyone
it's-
knows
because
those,
it's
do
just something that's been misquoted somewhere and they just listen to it. It's like the Luke, I am your father thing. I guarantee you that some fucking American sitcom after the film, American TV, Saturday Night Live, say for example, right, said they did a fucking a Star Wars bit. And they just misquoted it because the guy who was writing the thing couldn't remember exactly. But it's like, Luke, I am your father.
Yeah.
10 million people watch that. 10 million people go, oh yeah, Luke, I am your father. And they tell that skit because it was
I've got
funny.
a rebuttal to you. I've seen the actor in numerous interviews say, quoting Luke, I am your
Well,
father.
maybe he's just misremembering it. I mean,
You think the actor has to learn his lines? He remembers
yeah, right.
the fucking
James
script.
Earl Jones, wasn't he?
Well,
Yeah.
James, that film was.
How
like,
often does he get asked to do that fucking quote? I better fucking
Yeah, because the
maybe
people who
they-
ask him, they go, "Can you say, Luke, I am your father?"
Yeah.
They don't say, "Can you say
he
the
goes
line?"
along with it. He doesn't quote them as hang on. No, you're wrong. It's
He
no, I
didn't
am
give
your
a
father.
fuck. He recorded that one time.
He didn't
thinking, "I don't
because
know
he's
what
getting fucking paid as well, probably.
No,
like
it's
50
alternate fucking realities.
So
bleeding
it's pretty
through.
fucking. It's probably like $500 for him to say that.
Luke.
At
I think
these
you'd say it right
conventions.
then, wouldn't you?
Well, no, because he doesn't care. He's getting paid anyway. Fuck it.
His fucking leg's silver.
Come on, I'm gonna play devil's advocate here. I'm gonna.
Well,
Right, so you
No,
basically,
I am
if 10
your
million
father.
people listen to a wrong quote and a wrong joke, and then they go and because it was a funny bit. So they stood around the water tower in the morning and the canteen in the morning for the shift starts, and they're telling them that joke,
yeah.
right? So they're saying it wrong again, and then them people
Yeah,
go out
you're on
and
about
say,
Chinese whispers.
yeah, bet that's what this thing is. It's Chinese whispers.
Well, it's people having shit memories. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
and shit memories. And how good are we
Life
on
is
on-
like a box of chocolates.
What's the actual quote?
You never
Life
know what you're going
was
to get.
like a box of chocolates.
Hey, what?
Life was like a box of chocolates.
It's just people misquoted
Yeah.
things.
Yeah, but
Just
everyone remembers it's
we
like this.
misquote shit all the time.
History, facts.
Yeah.
We misquote stuff all the time.
I mean, we always paraphrase stuff and throw more swearing in. That's why it's
Yeah.
fun. It's life is like a box of chocolate. Who gives a shit what it is anyway? Who cares?
I'm not a smart man, but I
You
know
know, I
what
don't
love
really
is.
like that film very much.
I haven't watched it
It's
for
all
years.
right.
I'd like
I wouldn't
to
watch it
try
again.
No, I don't feel the need to.
Yeah.
I liked it at the time.
I just kept running. You know,
Why
fuck's
don't
sake.
you love me, Jenny?
Because no, there's a
No,
reason for that, Forrest.
you're
Because she's a coked
fucking
up slag.
right.
Hey,
You're
you're
a
ridden,
fucking
should I
idiot.
be?
I think she did. That's probably giving Forrest AIDS in the process. And the kid had AIDS by that definition. Then,
Poor
'cause-
little Forrest.
Oh man, there's too,
God
many,
dang, you got magic legs! Fuck.
there's too many complexities.
I do like Tom Hanks though.
Yeah, he's
Alright, everyone, Field of Dreams. Build it and they will come.
Again, it's just a miss.
yeah, he's a
Sorry.
misquote.
Build it and he
right?
will come, I think, is the real thing, isn't it?
Well, it would be different if it was like the actual line was "build it and the alien hordes of cock-sucking, warmongering,
Yeah, but that's in
sex
that
alien
that
beasts
universe
will
is
come."
too far away, isn't it? It's
Well-
got to be the ones that are touching that are bleeding in.
Well,
Yeah, all right. Okay, yeah, you can see a lot of this. You can just also say, yeah, people got shit memories.
Yeah, you can.
So you can go, yeah, and we've had this. We've had the hard science.
Yeah.
And you can say, yeah, these multiple universes.
Hard science.
Oh,
Mike, for the listener, just slammed his fist into his palm. Science.
I'll be watching that later tonight.
In this reality or the next, probably all of them simultaneously.
Well, I'm in this one, my dick's in the other one, doing it.
Mike has a transformational penis. Sadly, it's never with him. Oh.
That'd be a good name for a metal band. Transdimensional penis.
Does that mean me bollocks are here? Would they have to go with it? Because if it stays here, it can't do much. It's quantum entangled.
Your dick and your
It's all
balls are
connected,
quantum
man.
entangled through time and space. But does that mean your balls will be blinking in and out of existence?
I don't know.
Oh God, you're the scientist.
Yeah, your science officer
Well,
mine.
no, wouldn't it just be here? Just be here. They'd both be here and not here at the same time. So
Well, I'm going to be completely honest
due
with
to
you.
quantum superposition.
I didn't understand any of that quantum stuff, but I'll take your word for it. I know that there are physicists, actual science people dedicated to this stuff.
Well, apparently this is how they work.
Yeah.
And they go into other universes, use their resources to compute calculations.
Oh man. Does this mean, imagine though one day some sort of interdimensional energy police are going to come. We've been taking energy
She's
from
gonna
other
rock up at the
dimensions.
door, aren't they?
They're going to turn up like bailiffs, interdimensional energy
Oh, fuck.
bailiffs.
Their version of Channel 5 will be recording it.
It'll be a reality show in their dimension.
What's that reality show?
Can't pay, we'll take it away.
Can't pay, we'll take it away. I'll
We're
turn
in
up.
for your fucking quantum computer. You've got a fucking 20-year energy bill that you ain't fucking paid.
Well, they'll just make us slaves for like however long.
Yeah.
Tell you what, pay the money or suck me alien cock.
Suck my space dung.
They're just sitting there and alien dicks coming out of a different universe. Oh.
Have it, science boy.
Multiple infinite penis of every infinite penis of every infinite universe.
Can't pay, I'll take your innocence away. Oh, sorry, that was
It's crossing,
dark.
you know what the most is crossing a Jimmy Savile bailiff. That's exactly what he sounds like.
He's come up again.
Jingle jangle, jingle jangle.
He's been on this podcast far too many times. I suppose he's the biggest bad guy since Hitler now,
that's
isn't he?
the British humour, isn't it? I mean, he's a terrible. What he did was just it's not even worth getting into. But it was that bad. But you're like, we just take the piss out of him now.
He does look like the crypt keeper from Tales from the Crypt.
But back to the interdimensional energy.
If I did a film, he would. Well, he's dead now, but he would have played it.
So, how much energy do they take from other, very small?
It's
I don't know.
just what they need, isn't it? They
Yeah.
find that answer.
Can they suck other things through, like green-skinned alien women?
Yeah. You know, I'm always up for a bit of green-skinned alien woman.
Can they use it like a glory hole?
Quantum ejaculation.
That's the name of the support app.
What was the name of the band?
I've forgotten that already. What was it? Transdimensional penis.
That's it. Quantum ejaculation. That's the name of the album, isn't it? First album, Quantum ejaculation. This shit's right itself.
Quantum ejaculation.
Oh, I just some quantum tunneling on air.
Well, alright.
Oh god.
So, shall I give you what I've got on the fact that it's just basically all people misremembering stuff?
Yeah,
Come
can
on
we
then.
go for a piss first?
Yes, we can do a piss break. We're back. Alright, so the science thing, yeah, maybe. Alright, we'll go with that. Like, alternate universes bleeding into our own. But, as you said, we're going to say, it's all fucking pop culture. It's all pop culture.
Yeah, the examples I found online, I kept searching for lists and thinking there's going to be a more grown-up list in a minute. But they were all literally centred around the same examples, which seem to be all from cartoons, famous movies,
Yeah.
the odd historical one, like there's a Martin Luther King one.
Henry VIII, we've had it already.
Yeah.
And his turkey leg.
But it all
It wouldn't be as if he had a turkey's leg. Like, literally, his leg was that of a turkey. Now that I could get behind.
Well, as we discussed in the multiverse episode, there is theoretically a dimension where that is true.
But Henry VIII did have like the bottom half of him was a turkey.
Grizzly.
Yeah, well,
So, yeah, I just find the examples online a little bit daft at why they all pop culture. But then Mike's explanation of the science is that proves the theory because they're all very slight differences because they're from universes very close to our own. Yet it's still not like me and Ben were saying when the mics were off. We went to the same school, so we experienced that together. It would be weird if I remembered it one way, he remembered it different. You know, I remember the doors being blue, he remembered them being yellow. But it's not. It's pop culture. Anyone can remember that wrong. I mean, everyone's memory's fallible.
We've misquoted many a show and
Yeah.
film and song.
You could say everything I say.
We
is a
misquote
misquote.
everything.
We misquote everything. That's why we say allegedly all the time.
Everything I say allegedly is a misquote. So yeah, I'm not denying it. This is some top end, heavy, mind bending fucking science, the multiverse side of it and all that. And I don't claim to truly understand that, but I'm not going to doubt it for a second. It's just, I kind of just think I think and she just called it the Mandela Effect.
Because she couldn't remember whether Nelson Mandela died.
Yeah, and she's playing. I don't think she's particularly.
Playing with a full deck, I believe you were going to say.
No, I don't think she's saying anything.
Allegedly
Well,
playing
what
with a
about
full deck.
Philip Kindred Dick?
Well, he was a bit depressed, I think, and high.
Yeah, I mean, but it's just he's got no more. Sort
Mr.
of,
Nice Guy.
on the ladder
We're
of like.
living in a computer.
Right,
Sorry.
the thing is, you've got this Fiona Broom,
Yeah.
and you've got Philip K. Dick, and on the ladder of are you qualified to talk about this? Neither of them are really qualified to talk about it, are they?
Well,
One's a right, well, they're both right.
Yeah,
Just
but-
one's slightly more successful than the other, and you know.
Well, they can only tell their experience up to you whether to believe or not.
Yeah, but they're saying that as if I should be like, oh shit, well, Philip K. Dick says it's so therefore it must be. You know,
Well-
no, he's just some bloke at the end of the day.
Well, when
He's some unqualified bloke. I'd rather believe the bloke in the white coat and the glasses.
when Galileo said
Galileo.
Galileo.
Figaro.
Magnifico!
Sorry, what did Galileo
I've
say?
forgotten now.
I was imagining a guitar riff that kicked in the moment. That's what I was doing.
I
Yeah.
was expecting Brian May to rock
With his perm, with his judge hair now. He's got judge hair. He's just that white, tight, curly, long hair.
Oh,
If he's not a guitarist, he's a judge.
Yeah, but he loves the badgers.
He does. He loves a badger. Does Bry? That's with the lighter, please.
It would be ironic if isn't the most aggressive animal in the world a honey badger.
It
from
is,
that-
yeah. It will
if
go
he
for your
somehow-
genitals. Yeah.
He was somehow mauled and killed by a honey badger.
That would be amazing. Well, it would be amazing because we'd be losing a great guitarist.
Trying to steal honey from a honey badger.
Someone released one while he was live on stage as a laugh. It won't really kill him, will it? Oh.
He's just there, he's eating his genitals. Yeah. So, I'll give you some psychological reasoning for the Mandela Effect as described by, the popular culture of the internet and Fiona Broom. So we go for the misinformation effect. The misinformation affects people's reports of their memory. Simply seeing a claim for another person may sway recollections of your own memory, especially if the memory wasn't that strong to begin with. That makes sense. If so the Luke Skywalker thing, Luke kind of they watched it, they went, oh yeah, shit, fuck, wow.
Mm.
But you don't remember the exact line, so when you come at the cinema and someone goes, Luke, I'm your father, and does a Darth Vader impression, you go, oh yeah, shit, and then that just gets spread. Because your own memory of it isn't that strong even though you've just seen it.
Right.
You just immediately someone suggests that and you accept it as a memory.
Okay.
Yeah?
Power of suggestion.
Then you got confirmation bias.
Okay.
The tendency to search for, interpret or recall information in a way that confirms one's beliefs or hypothesis. Those seeking Mandela effects will be often more easily persuaded by other claims, and with such claims they may agree that they will often discard any countering information. So basically you don't want to believe it's
Yeah,
not
you're on
true.
about cognitive dissonance.
Yeah, cognitive dissonance or confirmation bias.
Gullible fools. I see that. People want to believe it's something weird. It is a thing. All of these things apply to it, I think. I don't know. How could I possibly know if it is echoes from another dimension? I don't have the apparatus to tell that.
That's it.
But I can say that I remember things wrong and misremember movies and things and quotes. And people do it all the time. There's loads of famous ones. Like, I wonder if Rocky... How many times has Rocky really said Adrian, you know...
Only really Rocky one.
Yeah, you know, yo, Adrian, we did it. You know, I don't know. Maybe that's a bad example, but it's loads. But again, like I said, could be echoes of.
Yeah. I do keep that on the table. Don't get me wrong. I'll keep that on the table. The echoes of alternate realities bleeding in.
I have no way of disproving.
No, and I like it. I'm keeping that on the table, but I'll also say it could be misattribution of memory, which is when information is retained in memory, but the source of the memory is forgotten. So basically, we forget where we know something from.
Well, yeah, that's happens to everybody all the time.
Yeah, so that's awesome.
You hear me do that literally every episode of the podcast, where I'll say I either heard this on a podcast or I read it somewhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think we all do it.
Yeah.
To be fair,
Yeah.
so on especially on the podcast.
Yeah.
So we got cryptomnesia.
Crypto-fascist!
Crypto-fascistnesia. Cryptonesia fascists. Whoa. But this is a form of memory misattribution where memory is mistaken for imagination.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. There is the misconception of facts as well. Facts cannot change. They can, however, be revealed to be untrue.
Yeah, facts can change.
So as science and technology advances, so does our understanding of the world around us. But unfortunately, our brain is not always ready to accept new ideas and facts. So we just retain the old fact and discard the new one.
Do you know the average half-life of fact?
Go on.
I think it's about 4 years.
Fact.
Fact.
Well, it's strange with the memory things. I've had this. I have a friend of mine, I won't embarrass him with his name, there's no chance he'll ever listen anyway, but I've had experience with him loads of times, and we're both drinkers, and I think that's got something to do with it, but his recalling of events is always so vastly different from mine.
That's perception's reality.
And he
he's a massive bullshitter.
And he absolutely chocker believes what he's telling me, and he remembers people being there who weren't there. Like, he's got it confused, and I'm like, no, it wasn't him, it was him. But
maybe she was confused.
Oh, shut up. No, it's not.
I know the Gaz's drunken recall is exceptional.
Yes, it is, because I have lots of practice. But I don't bother correcting him. I've learnt over the years there's no point arguing, because he'll just argue
Maybe that's your
everyone
mate,
remembers
or your
it.
mate from the next dimension. That's
It could be.
Through.
Or his memory is utterly shit.
Or he's bullshitting.
And he drinks more than me. No, I don't think it's the case. I think he's
depends what he's claiming to have got up to.
He's recalling something we both experienced.
Oh right, so he's not saying, "Oh, I got a blowjob the other night."
No, it's like he's like, "Remember the other night, and then this happened." And I'm thinking, "Well, no, it didn't happen like that at all." But he's adamant, and he'll think this person was there, and I'm thinking, "No, it wasn't that person. It was definitely this person." But that could be to do with his alcohol intake, because he drinks a lot. But yeah, or like you said, he could be a version from he's experiencing one reality, I'm experiencing another, or he could have awful memory, or we're both functioning alcoholics.
Yeah.
Recording.
All equally valid.
We could both be fucking wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're both recording.
Or everything you just say could have happened and not happened at the same time.
Yeah. Fuck you, Mike. That means none of this is happening.
And it is happening.
And it is
simultaneously.
Oh man.
And Schrodinger's cat.
I got really high. Too high for quantum.
I got a couple more, and then we are done on the psychological reasons for certainly the pop culture effect of it.
I've got a what do you call it? A leak. A source.
A leak.
Yeah, about Mandela Effect.
Okay.
Called Project Jabberwocky.
Oh, that got sounds intriguing straight away.
It's Project Jabberwocky.
You said you were going to do it last time, man. Apologies for any South African listeners.
It's just too good not to do.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
That is how he talks.
Yeah.
He's dead now.
Not in another universe.
That's true,
in one reality.
In one reality, he's some kind of he's a head in a jar on a cyborg body.
I've been hoisted by my own petard.
In one reality, he's doing adverts. Have you had an accident at work or at home? That wasn't your fault.
That was a sketch, that was, wasn't it? That was like Harry Enfield or something.
I like to think
He did used to do it, didn't he? He used to do blackface though.
Yeah, he did.
Do you you know what? Someone was talking about this. I don't know what I was listening to. Again, Mandela Effect. But there was a weird period in the early 2000s, Little Britain and Harry Enfield, where blacking up suddenly became okay again.
Yeah.
For a very brief window.
It did.
I don't think you can do it now.
I mean, League of Gentlemen as well, Papa Lazarou.
It did.
Yeah.
My wife now.
Still, blacking up is still acceptable in British culture.
See, that's why you should have blacked up for Halloween and been Winston from the Ghostbusters, Mike.
Oh God, no.
Took it for the team and been Winston, but no, you wouldn't do it.
No, he said.
Ruined the entire vibe.
I'm glad he didn't.
You can't afford
The
white
vibe would have been much worse if he fucking left the house blacked up as Winston.
At least it would have been.
This is Telford, it's a
A
very
quick death.
multicultural town. The chances of him bumping into some actual black people were very high.
This would have been a quick death, quick shanking.
Dressed as Winston.
The
I have
thing
seen
is,
shit that'll turn you green.
He shanked me, man.
Oh, here you go. Is this the Mandela Effect, though? That line in the
He's wrong.
Ghostbusters. Does he say shit that'll turn you green or shit that'll turn you white?
shit that'll turn you white.
Ah, that's what he says.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've seen shit that'll turn you white.
Ah, see, I
He says it to the
Mandela
mayor.
Effect then. Yeah, to the mayor in the office.
And there's that one, there's
Lenny!
a scary
Lenny.
movie in it. Scary movie. I see white people. Yeah, but it isn't. It isn't. It's actually I see dead people.
I
You
always
on
lose
about
I
the
see dead
Sixth
people.
Sense?
I always lose I see dead people.
Yeah, but in Scary Movie, I thought it had changed the joke to I see white people because it's a black guy.
Oh, right.
That makes sense. It's funny.
No, Mike, that's just your own casual racism.
I'm so lost. I'm so lost.
Because it's a parody, so wouldn't they just change it anyway?
Yeah, but he's sitting there. And he's got the breath like in the kid in the film, and he's
Yeah.
like, I see white people.
Yeah, but he's surrounded by white people anyway.
No,
yeah,
it's not. It's not about black people. It's a Scary Movie. It was done by mainly black actors, wasn't it?
There's a lot of white actors in a scary movie.
There was a few.
So fucking, I don't know what the fuck.
Oh,
You know
we'll
what?
move on- we'll move
Whatever.
on from that.
Yeah,
We're going back. We're going on a rabbit hole.
yeah. False memory. A psychological phenomenon that occurs when a person recalls something that didn't happen, usually linked to PTSD and has a strong connection to trauma, abuse, etc. The subject will choose to believe the new memory as the real one will bring harm to them. So they choose to believe, they make up a false memory about something traumatic that happens when it wasn't traumatic, and they believe that
Justify their,
memory.
like, sort of psychologically to justify their behaviour, create a false,
Yeah,
something
like
that.
Judge Roy Moore, who thinks he's got Christian values and he goes after young women.
That one, yeah.
Yeah, that sort of thing.
Yeah. That's Dig Mike.
Well done.
Allegedly goes after young girls.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Can't sue us, Roy. Can't sue us, you child molesting bastard. Allegedly. Allegedly, child
I
molesting.
hate to break it to you, Ben, but sort of technically speaking, he really can sue us. But I know what you're saying he can't take anything from us because we have nothing to take. But
Yeah.
I think we can still find ourselves in a courtroom.
Good publicity,
Judge.
mate. Any publicity.
We'll
is
wear
good
the
publicity.
t-shirts with the show logo on.
Exactly. Any publicity. And the last one is confabulation, which I wrote down because I love that word.
Confabularities.
Yes.
Is that when you
That's the
you're
word
shagging?
around these parts.
Confabulation. Is that where you're shagging and a bit of air comes out and it goes? Like,
Hey, maybe.
no.
Sounds
It
it.
sounds like it.
That's
a bit.
onomatopoeia again.
Sorry, that was a shit joke that bombed. I'm sorry.
It is a disturbance of memory which produces fabrication, distorted or misinterpreted memories about the world that desire to deceive others, without a desire to deceive others. So that's your mate
Yeah.
making up a better version of the night he had.
Well, it's not even that. Not necessarily exaggerations. He just fucking remembers it completely differently than me. It happening in a different way.
I was assuming that you were, being a functioning alcoholic like me, were kind of okay with the memories. You might have blackouts, but you know,
Yeah,
on the whole, you kind of know what you did.
I have to get exceptionally drunk to black out, and it does happen. And then obviously I don't remember. But yeah, for the most part, I can drink a fairly large amount of alcohol and have a solid recall.
Yeah.
And it's strange when I talk to friends who don't remember it. I remember the entire conversation, details of it, and stuff. And friends are like, have no recollection of us talking about it because then they repeat themselves and tell me the same story. And I'm like, oh, you told me this the other night.
Yeah.
Did I? Yes.
So yeah, confabulation.
Okay. So my day-to-day memory is fucked because of recall of drunken evenings is quite spectacular.
Fantastic.
So it balances out everything.
Yin and yang.
The yin and the yang.
So where do we stand on this?
Should we come? So
We've got Project
Oh
Jabberwocky.
yeah.
Do you want
to read this?
Wow,
Gaz?
we went right off the scale.
Do a bit of a voice if you want a bit of a nerdy voice. It's a confession on Reddit.
Oh really? So it's
Everything that people think they know about the Mandela Effect is incorrect. Even the name Mandela Effect was a term coined by an online blogger. This phenomenon has been occurring for years. Only most dismissed it as a fluke. The most severe cases were perceived to be a mental illness. Suddenly it's given a name, and overnight that very same concept evolves into a disreputable meme, an online joke associated with paranormal fanatics. The people I worked for call themselves the Grey Leaf Consortium.
Ooh.
It's an anonymous gathering consisting of the top scientists in their respective fields, as well as a cabal made up of extremely wealthy men and women. They've been around for decades, and as far as the public knows, Greyleaf doesn't exist.
Oh.
Well, you know now. Their purpose was to facilitate a creative outlet for some of the smartest people in the world. Freedom to develop their ideas without the meddlesome aspects of political bureaucracy and limited funding.
I quite like the sound of this. Sounds good.
Yeah.
I like this idea.
Very comic booky.
Yeah.
With the consortium, money would never be an object. The trade-off being that any creation of significant merit could be auctioned off and sold to the highest bidder. The influence of the consortium stretches all the way to Washington, and while not directly associated with our government, they have secured a great portion of their independence from R&D that they've provided to the US military.
Oh, I am liking this.
While our elected officials were busy looking the other way, the consortium would be able to delve into questionable avenues with very little government oversight. They were exploring aspects of the scientific that others veered away from. It was during this exploration that they discovered a revelation that would change everything for years to come.
Oh, now I'm intrigued.
Try again. Have a sip of cider.
I like that. This is very, very.
I like it so far.
Yeah, it's
Covert.
good. Yeah, I like it.
So, traditionally, we've always viewed consciousness as a singular occurrence. Quote, think, therefore I am. Even what we viewed as the Jungian archetype, or archetype, was considered more metaphor than anything else. In 1981, scientists within the consortium found the, quote, self to be just the tip of the iceberg, below our top layer of individuality. They found a collective consciousness. Ooh. Oh, unconsciousness.
Ooh.
A collective unconsciousness. Ooh.
The rat monkey hive mind.
Hey.
Oh, shit.
They found that we were tethered to a living, breathing hive consciousness, an interconnected series of threads outside the realm of our perception. Imagine your mind as a house. Everything that happens within said house is solely dependent on your own will. Your choices and decisions are all generated within the confines of this house.
Yeah.
Now imagine that you stepped outside of your house. Imagine that you walked up the street, only to find another house, and another, and another. Only these houses contain the living consciousnesses of others. Think about all the various connections that these houses have to each other. The streets that link the neighbourhoods that link the cities that link the states, and so on and so forth. Since the beginning of our existence as a species, there have been ideas, concepts, ideologies that humans have adopted with no ability to discern how such knowledge could be shared by those separated by these massive geographical gaps. Yet our myths, legends, of all these archetypes were somehow transferred over the course of human history. For years, the notion of psychic activity, telekinesis, precognition, things teetering at the far edges of fringe science, the para, would soon be removed from the normal, as all of these murky concepts could suddenly be explained. Everything in our universe is made of energy, the force.
Yeah.
Atoms are made up of vortices of energy, vibrations, constantly spinning. These scientists found that our minds are generating the same subatomic frequency, and just like a radio station, they theorized the possibility of tuning into this frequency. In the mid-80s, the consortium began work on the fork,
The fork.
A
I've always called the
massive-
spork. Like, great. I'd do it, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Would you push for the spork?
Yeah. I think
do
they
it.
mean the fork as in tuning
The
fork.
space fork.
Ah, it's space spork.
Spork.
Tuning fork, isn't
Yeah, I
it?
know, but
Okay.
you'd go for spork, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
A
Greatest
massive-
machine ever, greatest thing ever, man. The spork.
The spork. It's a pretty good invention.
It is. It's
So,
fantastic.
the fork is a massive machine that would act as the world's largest antenna, specifically made to sync with the frequency. Nearly 10 miles in diameter and constructed entirely underground, right in our own backyard, the entire thing was done under the false pretenses that the finished product would be a Texas-based super collider.
This is actually true. This is they did do this and they abandoned it.
No. Nearly 14 miles of underground tunnels and the instructor had been developed before Congress pulled the plug on the whole thing. All of that was just a dog and pony show. While the public saw an abandoned underground expanse, the consortium used this secrecy to build their machine as well as a concealed facility that operated under the code name Foxhole.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was approached in the summer of 2004 in what many would call a prodigy.
Oh God, here we go. Here we go. This is where I stop believing him.
I'm a child prodigy.
I see why you wanted me to do a geeky voice though.
Yeah.
I finished high school at the age of 14. I'll get you. At 19, I graduated college with AS degrees in applied science and computer technology, and my virginity solidly intact. I added that bit. Initially, I knew nothing other than the fact that I was being paid more money than I knew what to do with. I wasn't the only one. They recruited 12 others. These were individuals from all around the world, all of them experts in developmental software and programming. The project was called Jabberwocky. Jabberwocky.
And you can tell that nerds made that up, can't you?
Yeah, and Jabberwocky
Isn't
is
that
a
a
nonsensical
story? A children's
Yeah, it's a
story.
nonsensical poem from Alice in the Looking Glass.
Yeah,
Through the
I
Looking
knew
Glass.
I'd seen it somewhere before, so...
Yeah.
Jabberwocky was created to interface with the fork. They had just washed up on a strange land. And like many other discoverers, they wanted to explore this new world in its entirety. They wanted to map the collective unconsciousness. The fork only allowed them to monitor the frequency. In a way, it was equivalent to listening in on white noise. Sound only allows for so much. It was theorized that if we could map the collective, we could use it to isolate patterns in groups as well as individuals, to in a way predict the outcome of certain events based on previously developed algorithms. While I did assist in the mapping process, the purpose of my team was to develop the operating system for Jabberwocky. We were banging our heads for months, and then, just out of nowhere, we figured it out. We figured her out.
Oh yeah, how convenient.
Oh. The operating system, Alice, at least that's what I called her, fully autonomous, self-correcting. Alice was light years ahead of anything that we could individually imagine.
She was the woman in the red dress. We all fucked her repeatedly.
Bukkake. As I said before, the main job of Jabberwocky Bukkake. Sorry. Well, the main fuck.
That sounded like Professor Fringer, didn't it?
Bukkake's. Oh, sorry. As I said before, the main job of Jabberwocky was to map the network, exabytes of information translated and organised. This information would serve as the building blocks for a digital representation of the collective you, the infinite complexity. This network would be compartmentalised into a digital matrix consisting mainly of code. 6 months into the project, through sheer accident, we discovered an irregular causality within our digital construct of the frequency. An insignificant glitch. The code began to manifest results outside of its digital parameters.
Dun dun dun.
Then I tried to fuck it. Based on our own interactions with the network interface, we were causing things to happen in the real world. Events generated by sudden irregularities in people's behaviour. The first few events were dismissed as flukes.
Oh, well, yes, all right there. Yes, the fluke's all right.
But it soon became apparent that we were somehow affecting the physical reality around us. I don't know how we did it. I still don't know how we did it. The interface was only supposed to represent the data we were accumulating from the frequency.
I've had that problem before.
It was always the digital avatar of something much larger. I've always
There
considered
you go,
myself
man.
a person of science. But we tapped into something. Something that transcended our simple understanding of what we believe to be this three-dimensional reality. As baffling as this anomaly proved to be, our curiosity quickly overtook our confusion. Naturally, we ran tests. Endless tests. We couldn't decide if we were kids on Christmas morning or scared shitless.
Probably scared shitless, they're all nerds.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, this guy's just lying, so it's alright.
We found that through precise manipulation of the code, we could literally affect the perception of a living person the same way one could make adjustments to a computer-generated character within a piece of software. This discovery would be unparalleled with anything that had come before it. Well, no shit. In the early stages, we would only experiment on the individual person, altering their ideas of basic things like the colour of objects, lyrics to a song, etc. Well, all of these things...
I want to just rip this fucking apart right now.
All of these tests were successful, leaving the subjects with no real lasting symptoms. This involved clipping sections of code. These clippings consisted of memory fragments, images, words, all taken from other people, only to be reattached to a pre-existing thread of code.
I'm sorry, this is
come
such
on, Ben.
fucking bullshit. I'm sorry. It's like, oh yeah, I created this really fucking intense computer fucking program that can rewire someone's brain so that I change someone's recollections of song lyrics. Fuck off. Fuck off. Bullshit.
Maybe they're being
Bollocks.
responsible.
Yeah, that's something you can test there and then in the lab.
Bullshit.
You
Bollocks.
can test that, can't you, guys?
Oh, fuck off.
What's the famous line from Star Wars? Can you tell me? And then they repeat it wrong to you, and you're like, see, I programmed it wrong in his head. I changed the word no to Luke.
Bullshit.
This
Sorry.
is from Reddit, Ben.
I'm sorry, this guy's... I'm a child prodigy. Oh, fuck
So are
off.
you-
And why aren't you looking at a fucking lab while you're writing shit on Reddit?
So this is one argument for why the Mandela Effect is real. It's this group, Grey
Yeah,
Leaf.
this is his confession on Reddit. Yeah.
Oh, I'll write me confession
Why
on
did
Reddit. I won't send to a major news network or anything, you know.
What's the modern
It's
world,
anonymous,
Ben?
isn't it?
That's how you do things. You
Yeah.
go on Reddit now.
You dump it on Reddit, mate. Come on, get with the times.
Oh, right, you don't send it to somewhere actually people can fucking read it then.
Well, yeah, on Reddit.
Yeah, but like, not where lots and lots of people can read it and
Yeah,
see
not
it.
Reddit.
You don't hack the fucking...
This is all
you
going
don't
to come
hack-
out on
You don't hack
WikiLeaks.
the fucking
Yeah.
tellies in fucking Piccadilly Circus and fucking display it on there, do you?
No,
No,
they
you
hack
write it
your
on
brain.
Reddit.
They hack your brain and tell you that Nelson Mandela died in prison.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, why?
Just to prove to themselves they could do it.
No, bullshit.
Grey Leaf!
You
It's
better-
very black and white.
The amount of fucking money it takes to do that, and all they'll do is piss around people's recollection of song lyrics. I'd go fucking ape if I was financing that.
That was a really long confession. Very detailed. That's how you know it's true. He put details in it.
He put details, he put words in it, he put fucking science. Oh, I'm going to do some scientific because I'm going to try and make myself sound intelligent.
You've had a real problem with the order people have put words in today, haven't you? I don't like the order of those words.
Old fucking Philip K. Dick there, he was just saying words for a bit.
No, he wasn't.
Just words, just random. This guy, he's just like, yeah, I'm a child prodigy, so fuck you, this is what we did, and all I did was piss about people's interpretation of song lyrics.
Yeah.
Well, that. So I'm not going to read the rest of it, but can we imagine, we could presume maybe that he's basically, they did this to test. It's quite long. They did this to test, I imagine, their new computer system. So we can affect people's thoughts. How are we going to test it? We'll just do something small. We'll change how he remembers the Queen song, Champions. We are the champions. See, it just happened to me.
Oh, man.
The trouble is that Alice has become self-aware.
So
this as well.
they could use this now for very nefarious means.
Well, Alice has become self-aware according to him.
All right.
Yeah, he says it didn't take long to realise that Alice was becoming self-aware. We programmed with her a kind of intelligence, knowing that we would never be able to monitor her actions 24/7. She needed to be able to act accordingly when she encountered a problem.
Sounds like fucking Skynet to me.
Why would you do that?
Fucking scientists.
What
I
you
mean-
said?
Attaching computers to monkeys,
So
creating
Alice is
intelligence.
self-aware and she's still fucking about people's recollections of song lyrics. That's all she's got to do.
It looks that way, yeah.
If fucking Pat Butcher getting high is a false memory, I'm going to be so pissed off with this Alice bitch.
I'll read the last bit. I believe that Alice still exists, submerged within the collective consciousness. She's changing our memories. For what purpose, I don't know. What I do know is that we let something loose in this world, something that could very well be our undoing.
Oh, cock off.
Alright, and what's his name? Where is he? Who is he? Go
He's
on.
anonymous, isn't he?
Oh,
I'm going to say I'm Bill from Texas.
what? It should
He's
be
a child prodigy. There's no child prodigies called Bill from Texas. Unless he's a prodigy in shooting.
I don't know. I don't. I see something some dude
Well,
wrote.
well, obviously,
You know, it's just-
you've got to. It's out there for you to believe or not believe.
That's based.
Oh, it's
That,
right, but
Mike,
the whole
that is
thing-
creepy pasta. It's just like it's a kid's.
The whole thing
Not kids.
stings to me that John
Fan
Titor
fiction.
time traveller. Do you
Oh,
hear about
that
that?
is going to be an episode.
Yeah.
John T.
Yeah, I look
Yeah.
honest. It's,
John
on
T.
Reddit.
I
It's on
believe that
Reddit.
one.
Yeah, it probably is, but so there's a lot of
Submitted
shit.
1 year ago by.
Jay Goodspeed, which isn't that thing his name in The Rock, Nicolas Cage's Rock in The Rock. Goodspeed,
I'm not sure, but I know that it's.
John Goodspeed.
That's a hell of a story. Good on
Yeah.
him. He should write a book.
Yeah, it's great. It's a cracking story, but that's
Well,
sadly.
I'm just putting it. This was out there. This was on the Mandela Effect.
And if
Yeah,
like,
I'm
and
not denying
Alice,
it. Yeah, I admire your research, but
and I can't believe none of us have said this, but Alice.
who
Who
the fuck is
Alice?
that? You know, I used to go and watch Chewy Brown every fucking year, right? About 3 or 4 years. It was like a bit of a lads out with me and my dad and some of his mates would
My
go.
dad likes
And
it.
we go and watch Chewy Brown. And then he just 1 year, he was just bollocks. He just basically did all the same jokes.
Oh, no.
Most of the show was the shitty songs. Which if I always think of a comedians doing songs, the stand-up
Yeah.
comedians doing songs, they just haven't got enough material.
Yeah.
Is my
Well,
thing.
unless it's their act. Can we can I have a wee break? Sorry,
Yeah.
Guys.
We're
And then
nearly-
I think we should
we're nearly
try and
done,
wrap
aren't
up.
Yeah.
Oh, we're back.
Yeah, we're back. Yeah, the
Smooth.
second a comedian starts doing songs when his main show is supposed to be a stand-up, I lose interest. And the August University Goody was shit.
Oh. Well,
And we never went again.
I've got to be honest. I've got a soft
Tragic.
spot for comedy songs. I really do enjoy a comedy song.
Done
Don't know
well.
why.
Done well.
Yeah, a good one. For example, Blue Funky Moped by Jasper Carrot.
I remember
Yeah.
that.
I think it's a fucking great song.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ride.
Do you-
No mummy moped.
Do you remember when he was actually funny in the 90s? And and then he did that awful fucking sitcom where it was the ultimate politically correct sitcom.
Yeah, wasn't he like the dad or something?
He was like the dad. He was
totally lame. 5 in the evening.
Yeah.
Type on a Saturday.
I used to like Carrot's
He-
Visual Breakdown.
He had like an Indian.
Yeah.
He was dating an Indian woman, and his 2 white kids were living with this Indian family,
Okay.
and one of them was disabled. It was like the ultimately
Oh,
politically correct
God.
sitcom, and it was awful.
Oh god. I
It
bet
was
that
terrible.
was put
It was
together
bad.
by a committee. They were just.
It
Like,
probably was. There's like, oh,
Yeah.
Jasper will do it.
Mm.
He's got nothing to do between golden balls.
No,
Do you ever
no,
watch that? I actually quite liked
Yeah.
that
I
show.
didn't like it.
It was alright. I quite liked it. They had to lie to each other. It was great.
For anybody listening in another country, Golden Balls was a quiz show.
It was.
It was nothing.
It's not David Beckham.
No, no,
It was
David
nothing
Beckham.
debauched. Right. A Mandela Effect. What do we think? I'll go first if you like, James.
Yeah, go on.
To try and sum up my thoughts. All the multiverse, quantum stuff, I'm in no position to deny any of that or confirm
Yeah.
any of it. The scientists are saying it's real, so I'm with it. It blows my mind a bit, the idea that bit. I am quite high today, but the bit about if that's real, that they're literally saying, yeah, we have a computer that's colder than space, and we
No,
use energy from another universe to power it on a quantum level. Wow.
Yeah, and my mind actually my brain
That's-
melted a little bit, to be fair.
That's heavy, and the listener will realise I went a bit quiet during that bit because I was trying to contemplate it. I can't deny any of that. That's probably quite real.
Well,
These
the
men.
quantum computer has been bought by Google.
Oh, man.
It's been bought by Lockheed Martin. It's been bought by IBM. Are doing their own one. They want.
They're all
personal-
racing to build Skynet.
Yeah.
So
So-
soon I'll be able to Google what's the meaning of life, and the answer will be plucked from
And it will
the
tell you.
entire multiverse and tell me.
Do you remember?
If it's powerful enough.
We'll have the access
It's
to.
powerful because you think about it, only 2,000 qubits at the moment. So that means only 2,000 different universes.
Yeah, but I might get lucky and one of them 2,000 universes might have it.
Yeah, but it's infinite universes,
Well-
so you'll never find the answer, will you? Because you
Yeah,
can never
true.
get to infinite.
I didn't know. I thought I'd invented something basically, but one of the things I learned when being creative and writing things is always Google it. If it's a good idea, somebody's probably already had it. And one of my friends in Italy, she calls Google God. Instead of Google something, she say, "Oh, ask God." as a
Or
little
Dio.
as a little quirky little joke, and I said, "Oh, why do you call it God?" And she was like, "Well, you know, he has all the answers, you know."
Yeah.
Other people ask God for
I'm
answers.
still waiting for a self-cleaning butt plug.
Well, you never know. Christmas is coming.
Mike, where did that come from?
Just random. It's picked from another universe.
Well, have you been googling self-cleaning butt plugs?
My
It
point
was on
was,
an invention, just the first thing that popped into my
Wait,
head.
hang on, I'm going to say something deep, man. And Mike's gone on butt plugging.
It took you a good 30 seconds to think of an invention.
just mentioned
And then,
it,
yeah, but you know, Google has all the answers, and you shouted out
I want a
self-cleaning butt plug.
Still haven't found that.
Please me, said like you're looking for one. That was the problem.
That was the joke. Move on.
No, I'm genuinely concerned. Oh no, not really. Embrace it. You can embrace it. You
can
embrace it.
yourself.
Well, I know,
Just run it under the tap.
I assume that people do clean their own butt plugs. But I imagine a self-cleaning butt plug would be a lot more useful, wouldn't it?
Right, so I thought
You'd have to have a stand like one of them razors, them brawn razors, them electric ones.
self-contained
You
unit.
put it in, put a cleaning capsule in, and like,
There you go, Ben. A whole new market we get into.
Hey! GoFundMe.com.
Self-cleaning butt plugs. See, I've made someone a fortune. Not even known it.
No, we can patent that because we're saying it, can't we?
Uh,
Trademark.
Yeah.
We've trademarked the butt
Pa-
plug.
The self-cleaning butt plug. There we go.
So, right, I thought I'd invented the Church of Google. I thought, oh, this would be a thing like a brand or whatever. But I googled it to check, and it's already there. It's already invented. But I was meaning it as a joke. And then I found a website where people were sort of arguing on a philosophical, theological level
Right.
that Google actually does qualify as a deity.
Oh my god, does that mean there's a cult of Google out there?
There is a Church of Google, yes, that you can join. It's
Wow.
not very popular, but it should be. It probably spread.
Yeah.
But it,
I remember the Church
Well,
of
think
Bacon.
about
Maybe
it.
that's our future, man. And it's, you know, we instead of bowing to the God you can't see, you bow to the AI
well, the
gods.
information.
Yeah.
Look,
Yeah.
think back in the day. We ask it anything.
Knowledge is
As long
power.
as I have Google on my phone has battery. I have access to all knowledge, basically,
Yeah, yeah.
throughout history. All recorded knowledge.
Yeah.
I'm never lost, direction-wise, geographically. Spiritually, I can ask for guidance. It can give me numbers, faces to ring, actual websites, advice I could read. It literally is
Yeah.
a deity. It's our modern god. This is off the topic, so I'll try and get back to Mandela Effect.
Well, one of the traits of a god is all-knowing.
Google is all.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, it's all seeing as well now.
Yeah, it is all-seeing.
It's mapped the entire world.
All-encompassing.
Yeah. Wow, that's a sobering
Cat,
thought.
does that mean that technically Google's running the world anyway? Maybe it is the first AI. Maybe it is. Maybe it has become self-conscious and it doesn't want everyone to know.
Well, every
It's
second
that
of
all
every day
encompassing.
that
If everything is going through Google,
exactly every second that it exists, it's building an ever more detailed record of our behaviour.
exactly.
Yeah.
And-
Has anyone seen the Sophia robot?
Is
Is
that
that
the one
what-
I said I would fuck? Because
Yeah.
it was at the UN. It
Yeah, I
spoke.
think it was.
Why did they put such a sexy face on
Yeah,
it?
I know.
Yeah, but she had no hair. It was just. It just
So?
went. It was. As I said, it was Peter Weller's unhelmeted head on RoboCop.
But it was pretty.
I
Yeah,
actually
what's his
re-listened to
face?
that. I listened to that episode again this week,
But it was
and I realised the exact same fucking thing, which is kind of glitch in the matrixy in a way.
It was pretty. I would fuck it.
This
No, I
is
know
man-
that's very disrespectful. I would take it out for dinner and charm it. And
Yeah. Well, that's,
I think she
Things-
cut on to what you wanted.
well, look. So back to the Mandela Effect, though. Yes, I believe multiverses, things like that. Do I think can they bleed through? No idea. Have we seen echoes of it? No idea. Possibly. But these examples online, I just wish they had a bit more. And I know, Mike, you've backed that up with the idea that, well, the fact that they're so minor and so insignificant sort of proves the theory. But, you know.
you can't get around science.
Yeah, but does it, though?
Oh my god, you said it like a game show host then.
And you waved your finger at me like it was your catchphrase. You can't get rid of the science.
That's pretty.
Join us next week, everybody, where we will have another contestant. So yeah, I just think certain examples are fucking daft.
Oh my god, We could have a game show called Can't Get Over the Science where we invite delusional people on to do things they think they can do.
Oh,
So what's someone guy like, I can walk on lava because I'm Jesus, and we get some lava and make him walk across it.
Where do we get lava?
From a volcano.
We go on Amazon.
Yeah.
I don't remember anywhere in the Bible Jesus walking over hot lava.
No, but we say, what can you do?
Yeah.
Right? And if he goes, oh, I'm God, so I could walk over lava, we'll go, alright.
So we just chuck him in a pool
We'll
and
take
say,
it-
go on then,
we'll
walk
take
on
it
that.
to
Watching birds.
Walk on that, you mental cunt.
Exactly.
Watching birds
And
say,
we'll
you
film
can't
it.
get around the science.
Exactly.
For
Exactly.
the pain.
That's what we'll do.
Right.
Next week, folks.
So look,
This is a man smouldering and crying in agony.
We basically take you to a volcano that's erupted, push you out of a helicopter into the lava.
this sounds expensive.
Yeah, we're gonna have funding, it'll be a TV show.
And
Make
we,
sure.
and we're making a sacrifice to the volcano god at the same time.
Exactly. Averting his wrath.
So what's your opinion on the fucking Mandela Effect?
I think that while I love the science behind it and it's great and I can understand that to a point, even someone as simple as me, or as drunk as me, I can see that maybe yes stuff does bleed in but I think that my psychological things are true. I think that is our memories.
Yes, I think your psychological things are true as well.
I think that the memories, all those things I explained that for memories, why our memories go wrong, are probably the what's happening.
Yeah,
But I do like the idea of the universe building it. I think more than likely we're just remembering shit wrong because we're dumb.
I concur.
Yeah, I'm on the fence, obviously.
Hey!
I mean, science is behind it, so it's rational, it's plausible. Are these exact examples of what's happening? I'm not sure, but it's definitely a possibility.
Did Curious George have a fucking tail on it? Do you know what
I never watched it. Genuinely never watched it. No idea.
C-3PO's leg is silver.
See, yeah.
Um,
I have seen that meme, to be fair. And yeah, you're like, okay.
But, yeah.
no.
If
I
anybody
am your
if anybody is doing this, especially on purpose, like that Alice or whatever, or Google or
Who the fuck
Lockheed
is
Martin
Alice?
or
Yeah.
whatever the fuck, I'll just leave us with a quote from George Orwell, 1984.
Okay.
He who controls the past controls the future. He who controls the present controls the past.
That was also Kane from Command and Conquer.
Yes, it was.
Wow.
Yeah, love them games. Love them.
So, that's the Mandela Effect.
Yeah.
And we're going to finish off with a news section before we say goodbye, where Mike's going to give us some weird facts he's found on the land of the interwebs.
That's it. Some fucked up facts.
Hey!
Fucked up facts.
Fucked up facts!
Facts.
Fucked up facts.
Last year, the Americans dropped 36,000 bombs on ISIS.
Wow.
There's a lot of bombs.
It is a lot of bombs.
6,000 bombs.
Do you know how many members of ISIS there currently are?
Nope.
31,500.
Wow. It's quite a lot, isn't it? Or isn't it?
Well, it's more than one bomb for every ISIS member.
Oh shit, yeah, it is. My maths is terrible. Well, they shouldn't exist anymore
Well,
then, should
yeah,
they?
exactly.
Where are they chucking these bombs?
The thing is that like really expensive, those like bunker busting bombs, or is it just lots of really the
I
dumb
don't
bombs,
know
or the
the
old World War II
specific-
bombs?
I don't know the specific bombs.
Yeah, but I mean, like that's our point. I mean, how expensive is this? How expensive is it to
Yeah.
kill more than? Because
Well, it costs the US government £1 million per year per soldier to keep them abroad.
Of course it does, yeah. Healthcare,
1 million
equipment.
per soldier, Gaz.
Wow.
And there's
That's
like
a lot.
what, hundreds of thousands of US military abroad.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
mean, you're talking.
Yeah, but those poppy fields are very, very profitable.
You know, certainly are.
And the oil fields, allegedly.
And the $1 trillion
Speaking
worth
of oil,
of minerals that they found in Afghanistan. After the
Minerals
war
are very
finished.
important this day and age too.
$1 trillion mountain, apparently.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
You mentioned oil. How much do the oil companies receive? You can't answer this, Ben. You know it. Worldwide in subsidies.
No, you told me, but I can't remember because I was stoned.
subsidies. Or
Yeah, worldwide subsidies that go to oil companies.
from governments.
Yeah, all around the world. How much and how frequent?
No idea. Hit me with it.
$10 million per second.
Fuck it now. Well, we need fuel.
We do.
Did you see?
Yeah, but we can get it's cheaper now to get wind and
Wind farms.
yeah.
They should set one up in here. The amount of wind that comes out of our mouths.
Hey!
We'd be able to power the laptop.
And I got one more. Did you know that there was a Cockney Bible?
A Cockney Bible of Cockney. A Bible
Please tell me
written
it's full of
in-
rhyming slang.
Yeah, a Bible translated in Cockney.
Oh, fantastic.
Do you want to hear the Lord's Prayer in Cockney?
Yeah, I'd love to. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, Gaz, you got the best,
Oh, all right then.
the best voices.
The Lord's Prayer. Hello, how do they talk? Alright, hello, Dad. Up here in good old heaven, your name is well and great and holy, and we respect you, Gov. We hope you can all have the butchers. We can all have a butchers. I can't say that right. But how would they say butchers?
Our batches.
We'll have a butchers at heaven, and be there as soon as possible. And we want to make you an happy, Gov. Happy Christmas, everyone. Well, personally, I would prefer an evening at the Cockney church than the normal one. I was taken to midnight mass once, dragged there by my mother, Christmas Eve. Fuck me, it was dry and boring and crap.
How old were you?
An adult.
Wow.
Yeah, and she's not even religious. She just somehow got the idea of like, oh, that's what respectable people do. Come with me. I'm like, oh, fuck. Yeah. So, fucked up facts. Yeah, they are some fucked up facts.
Yeah.
36. So basically, the American military is expensive, kills a lot of, well, wastes a lot of bombs,
Yeah.
costs a lot of money, and oil companies are eviler than you thought, and the government help them.
And there's a Cockney Bible.
And there's a Cockney Bible.
Yeah.
And so, with that, I think we should sign off.
Yeah, I've been Ben, and I'll say, what should I say this week? I can say stay classy.
Stay classy.
Stay happy. There you
Yeah,
go.
that's a
Stay
nice
happy.
one. Yay. It's the season of goodwill.
The world's shit, stay happy.
Yeah.
And there's an AI computer controlling our consciousness.
Yeah.
Called Alice.
Cool, Alice.
So I will say free Biff Tannen and goodbye.
Peace out.
See ya.
Good night.